Hey there, everybody, and welcome back to Black Arrow Gaming. I'm Bob, back for another episode of Age of Wonders 4. Sorry I missed a week there. Real life kind of got in the way, but we're getting back into it this week and hopefully can make some substantial progress here. We got a couple enemies on the ropes, yellow very much so on the ropes. They are about to, in 2 turns, unless they can do something about my main armies over here, they're going to lose their capital and their leader and will be out of the game. Purple, on the other hand, still a little bit of work left, but we're getting there. I think their capital's right over here, and my mage armies. I always refer to it as my mage's armies just because he was the first. I think he was the first extra hero I got, so he's been around the longest. Although he actually spent a substantial amount of time in High Pledge's crypt up here, but so he's actually a lower level. Excuse me. But yeah, so yeah, they're working their way over that way, and then I've got a small situation here with a few units from a city-state coming in, which include a couple tier 3s, couple tier 4s, but I think this general swarm of units I have sitting in my capital should be able to deal with that. They just have too many numbers for them. Are these guys all kind of stacked on top of each other? As much as they can be, I guess. I'm gonna move the cavalry ones over on this side, because they can move a little further if they need to. There we go. So I have a surprisingly decent amount of feedback to go through from you guys in the last episode. Clarifications on things, corrections from things I said, and things I may have missed. So first thing is from Simon Sishalarm. There's an umbral portal on the gosh, I'm off to a great start today. On the western surface of the map that Brown might be coming through. So I've been wondering why Brown keeps showing up over here when their capital is underground way the heck. Well, I think, okay, maybe I don't know where their capital is. I thought it was underground. They got Rivergate down here. That's not their capital, though. I think I was thinking it was probably underground somewhere near Tellus Fork, maybe south of it. But they, wherever they are, they're not really close to me because Purple's down here, and well, that Purple's here. Equilon is a city-state here. Brown does have a city here, so I'm assuming they've got more territory. Oh, maybe it's Ultopia? No, it's not Ultopia. They're probably down here somewhere. But they keep showing up over here, and it just occurred to me after Simon Sishalarm pointed out that maybe they're coming through this thing. It is possible. I feel like it felt like they were coming more from the south, but I don't know for sure. It just seemed like they would just show up around here from nowhere that I could discern in particular. So it's entirely possible they're coming through the gate, and I just didn't notice. Although I would be surprised if they hadn't picked up that food by now if they were. But it's something worth keeping an eye on at the very least. I think I'll probably end up going more directly at Brown, just because my armies are kind of moving that way in the overworld. But I'll try to keep an eye on that and see, particularly during Brown's turns. Or at least just hang out. I'll probably just hang the camera out in this area and see where they show up from. Then we got a couple things from Sarah Feingold and Bioshin. Clarification on how defense and resistance work. For anyone who doesn't know, defense and resistance, every point of defense and resistance is a 10% reduction over the previous amount reduced, meaning it does not scale linearly. I knew it didn't scale linearly, and I was pretty sure this is how it worked, but I was having a tough time explaining it in the last episode. So let me just do... let me just clarify how I do the math on it. Basically, an easy way to do the math is to take 100, assuming no defense and resistance, and multiply it by 0.9 each time a new point of defense and resistance is added. So if you have one defense, multiply 100 by 0.9, and you get 90. So you'll take 90% of the damage if you only have one defense from an attack. If you have two defense, then you take 0.9 times 100 is 90. Then you take 0.9 times 90, and it becomes 81. And that's how much you take 81% damage from two defense, and so on and so forth. So it doesn't scale linearly, and because it's always being reduced by 0.9 over whatever the previous amount reduced was, rather than the base amount, of 100, it means you're always there's some diminishing returns as it goes on, and you can never actually get to total damage immunity. which makes sense. And I knew it worked something like that, so I just thought it might be helpful to be able to do the math on it. If you had 3 defense, it would end up going down to 72.9, and then it might get rounded. I presume it would round, but I don't know for sure how the rounding works in this game. But that's essentially the long and short of it. That'll get you more or less as much info as you'll probably need for regular gameplay. So yeah, I just thought that was kind of an interesting little behind the scenes for how some of the mechanics work. A few things from Chris Lighthawk. There's a combat spell that can create copies of enemy units called Treacherous Reflection from the Tome of Corruption. You can see that over here. This is what had me confused in a battle in the last episode where I was fighting 2 mirror mimics, but then somehow they kept mirror mimic on my liege guards, but then another one came up that wasn't one of the mirror mimics. That was because of this, the Tome of Corruption. Treacherous Reflection creates a Treacherous Reflection of the target enemy unit, and the Treacherous Reflection will die when the enemy unit dies, and also gains the Umbral Demon type. So yeah, that's what had me so confused in that other battle. So I thought I should probably clarify that's where that came from. And it doesn't surprise me that it's coming from purple. I think she's got all those like Eldritch Umbral tomes and stuff like that. So yeah, makes sense that would be showing up. And she's also got magic tomes, which is where she's getting those magic mirror guys, the mirror mimics. It's where they keep coming from. So yeah, she's just copying a lot of my units, and it's super annoying. But that's just what she's doing. Also from Chris Lighthawk, I could have bypassed the sheep over here where my main armies were moving through. I had a situation here where I was trying to get a siege started on this city, but these sheep were blocking it. I wanted to move a unit from this tile to this tile to get them within 3 spaces of someone who would be sieging the city, but I couldn't get them there because you can't move onto an ally's sheep or gold vein or iron or anything like that. So I wanted to move them here, but they didn't have enough movement for it. As Chris correctly pointed out, this was a very easy solution. I could have just built a road. I did have enough movement to actually move onto a road tile because I could move to where the sheep were. All I needed to do was build a road 1 space to the east. I totally forgot that you can do that in vassal territory. As long as they're your vassal, you can build a road in their territory. So, yeah, great call on Chris. I could have started the siege turn earlier and had it down to 1 turn away from completion. My bad. I do regularly forget to build roads in this game, but this was a case of where I just wasn't thinking. I mean, I did know you could build them in vassal territory, but the thought just didn't cross my mind, you know? So it was one of those kind of situations. I do apologize for my voice. I'm still dealing with a lot of allergy stuff. Also, if you want the canon lore for what happened with those sheep, I would recommend seeing a comment from Organism 164 for how those events unfolded, because I thought that was pretty dang funny. Also from Chris, the flanking bonus from the hero skill upgrade in the Spellblade tree and the ring flanking bonus do stack. You can see this on Grain here. Actually, when I was leveling this guy up, I noticed he had flanker from this ring already, which gives a 25% bonus to flank damage. And when I got to this point, I was like, well, instead of that, getting more another copy of flanker, I would get skirmisher training instead, which is slippery and swift. Still very useful, but as Chris correctly pointed out, you have to pay attention, and I knew this was the case with the sneaky trait, but I didn't realize it's also these as well. The ring gives you flanker. Unit deals 25% more damage when flanking. Oops. If I go back in here and look at this guy's tree, this gives you flanking skirmisher, which is flanking attacks now deal 20% more damage. So that's actually 5% less than what flanker does. And it's technically what you have to pay attention to is what it's called. Flanking skirmisher is different than flanker. And I would also add to this that the sneaky trait, which is a race trait, also gives a 25%, I think it's 25% bonus to flank damage. So if you had sneaky plus flanker plus flanking skirmisher, you would be doing a total of 70% more flank attack damage, which is kind of insane and could be a fun hero build idea. So just thought I should clarify that because I overlooked that. And also, speaking of Grain, Chris pointed out that he could use some boots to help him run faster, because when they become giants from the Paragon of Materium Ancient of Earth upgrade, they no longer have the ability to ride a mount. So this says it's disabled because of his sword, but this is actually disabled because he is too big. He would squish his poor mount. So I should probably get different boots for him. These are still good boots. They're tier 4 legs, so there's nothing wrong with them. But on a hero with a charge attack, it's pretty valuable to have that extra movement. So I'll probably try to... I was intending to start making more of those boots as more heroes hit level 16 and lost their ability to ride mounts. I was just finishing up some of these, but I'm going to switch over to that when I have a moment. So he, in the meantime, does still have a little extra mobility because of quick phase, so he's still pretty dang dangerous. And that's all from Chris. Finally, the last couple things is just some notes on upcoming patch changes from Roderick. I have not read the upcoming patch notes yet, so I'm going based on Roderick's analysis here, but he did point out that you will be able to choose which spells my armies use in auto combat, which is handy. Keeps them from wasting casting points on really expensive spells in battles with small amounts of AI, but I would think that like this would be really mostly helpful if you didn't want your AI to waste stuff on spells, as if you had a lot of healing spells and you didn't want them to waste mana on offensive spells, you could like limit the auto combat to be able to cast only the healing spells, and then the auto combat would use magic a bit more defensively. That's the kind of good use I see out of this. Or I think combat summons are also very strong. The AI could tell the AI just use combat summons, because heck, if you start as like the new culture, that's like the kind of, I forget what it's called, the architects. If you start as them, they might start with that. They get that one tier 1 combat summon spell really early, and that's a great thing to spam. So you might just tell them, oh, just do that. Don't cast anything else. So yeah, very, very helpful, nice change, and I'm looking forward to seeing that in the next patch. What I'm not looking forward to seeing in the next patch was kind of a warning that came from Roderick, is that Liege Guards are about to get nerfed pretty hard. It's mostly their connect, and I understand why. They're kind of a little overpowered in their current form. Sworn Bond, currently, in the current build of the game that I'm playing right now, damage sustained by the linked unit is transferred to this unit with a 25% reduction. That's 100% of the damage sustained by the linked hero, which is the only thing they can link to. Which makes your heroes immortal for as long as this guy's alive, essentially. So, yeah, that's kind of nuts, and it's really good, and you can connect... One of the reasons you can kind of exploit this is if you have more healers around. I don't really have a lot of healers, but if you did, you could connect these guys to the hero and then run them back, and then just have a healer sit next to them and keep healing them while your hero is on the front lines, immortal, doing tons of damage. Yeah, I can see how that's a little overpowered. Apparently the way this is getting changed, and this is according to Roderick, but the Liege Guards will no longer absorb all damage from a 25% with a 25% reduction. Instead, they will mirror the damage with a 50% reduction. Essentially, that will split the damage in half between the Liege Guard and the hero. So, yeah, it's like a 50-50 split on the damage instead of a 100% reduction, or instead of 100% away from the hero with a 25% reduction. So essentially, the full damage is still being done. The Liege Guard is just going to take half of it. And you could still run the Liege Guard away in theory and heal them, but the hero is going to still be taking 50% of the damage. I actually kind of prefer... I personally, if I had my way with the game, what I would say is I kind of think the mechanic should continue to work the same way that it currently does, but I think it should only work as long as the Liege Guard is adjacent to the hero and in defense mode. That would make the sense of them being the guard of their liege. They stand by their liege and protect them from all damage, but only if they're adjacent to them and in defense mode. That's how I would have reworked it. I don't know about this 50-50 split thing, because it still doesn't make logical sense. You could still run the Liege Guard away, but it does solve the problem of the hero being immortal, so I guess from a balance perspective, yeah, it makes sense, but it would be nice to get through as much of this game as I can before that nerf takes place. I'm assuming that'll probably happen around the time the DLC releases on November 11th, but the patch might actually come a little early. We'll see. I don't really know how their release schedule works. But that's it. That's all the feedback for this week. There was quite a bit for an episode this late into the series, but I think it was still good to go through all that. I do have some extra guys over here near Nebular Sanctum. They could probably come over to help deal with those big armies that are bearing down on my, well, not big armies, but the one independent army that's kind of hanging out in the area near my capital city. Let's see, I've got that one guy over there too. I'm gonna bring, yeah, there's not really any reason for these guys to stay here at the moment. I'm just gonna bring them all back, move them over here. Oh, no, we don't want to force march. I should have left them there. That's okay. I'm going to do this, and I'm going to also move... Let's take a couple of the kind of low-tier units out of here. I'll keep the knights in, keep them in. Maybe her. I'm just moving some guys down... Wait, where's the cave entrance? Oh, it's right there. I'm looking in the wrong spot. Oh, well. This is fine. Let's move this guy here. I'm just trying to get a stack of units closer to where the guys are out in the west, because I'm hoping they run down the cave entrance and just attack my armies. That would just make it easier for me to deal with them. Okay, I believe these guys are all done moving. I did just take Celestial Haven in the last episode. I'm going to move them down to the... Whoops, hang on. Trying to do something on my phone there to check the time, so I don't lose track of how long I've been going. I'll move them down here probably. Do I want to just carry on through here, or do I want to... I guess some of them are... No, they actually have all their movement. I'm not sure if I want to, like, sit on Celestial Haven and make sure... I think I'm just going to sit on Celestial Haven and make sure it goes down. I also want to make sure that Tridale has enough room to expand. I think they do. They've been growing, so... Yeah, I'm gonna sit on Celestial Haven. I'm gonna make sure this city goes down. I'm done messing around with purple. So, and that is the end of my turn. I could channel a third spell if I wanted to. I don't know that I need to, but Revels of Carnage is a nice one. I probably should be, I probably should be spamming that. Oh wait, I haven't cast Infernal Focus yet. Let's get that. I believe that's the one that, yeah. Whenever a unit dies in battle, my units get my battle mages, and range units. Oh, that applies to range units too. I didn't know that. I thought that was just a mage and like magic mages and supports, but it also applies to skirmishers and ranged units. Oh, that's very good. Okay, yeah, let's get that. And I have basically unlimited resources at this point, so I can now cast all the enchantments I could ever dream of. I will also have Meteor Shower ready to go on the next turn. So a new combat spell up my sleeve, which mine are all pretty much focused on breaking stuff. Okay, it's Brown's turn. Let's go over here and see if I can figure out where the heck they keep coming from. Something happened down there, but I'm not panning away from this spot because I'm keeping an eye on that portal up there. It would be very useful information to know where they keep showing up. Okay, independents are moving. This suggests to me that Brown probably isn't coming through that Umbral portal, is the fact that there's still Marauder Guard Eldritch monsters wandering around near it. I guess maybe those guys can spawn more. Those are the random ones that don't actually come out to attack you. They just kind of wander around near the portals and harass stuff that gets too close. I would think if Brown was going through there, they would have cleared all that out by now. So they're probably not coming through that portal, but I'm still going to try to keep an eye on it. All right, let's see here. We've got these guys who are actually just going to camp out here. They still are a little beat up, so I'm going to let them heal. And then, what do we got over here? Purple's leader is kind of near Hornward. That's actually fine, because if Hornward goes... Well, I'm probably going to end up saving them before they get fully absorbed by purple. I'm just here to knock out Flame Wall, and then I can go back and deal with that. I was kind of thinking about how I wanted this territory so that I could get the borders of Nebular Sanctum out from being trapped underground, but I don't think they would take Hornward for long enough to the point where they would migrate it or something like that to where that I could then reabsorb it. I think I would just have to be nice to them and get them the old-fashioned way, and that's going to take a million years because I'm not exactly known for my ability to make friends with city-states. So, yeah, we'll see how that pans out. Purple might not even be able to take that. Maybe. I don't know. Purple's only got one high-tier unit. This army's got several. I don't think Purple wins this fight, but that could just be me. I'm trying to click on this army and it keeps clicking the city banner. Maybe if Purple's got more coming. I don't know. I don't know about that one. Okay, these guys did come and just to pillage my ancient foundry. We're not gonna allow that, so I'm just gonna run this army over and smoke them. And I guess I can allow spells in auto combat. Doesn't matter at this point. Oh, there's more down here. Shoes of the Juggernaut. I believe I will probably just break those. I think I have better boots on everybody. Got another free unit. I'm going to drop the knights out of this group because they got all beat up, as aspirant knights do. So we'll drop them out. Add another shield guy back in because they can level up at least. Move them down here.
Hey.
And stop that little problem. And I get warding armor, tier 4 torso. I guess I'll take it. I'm pretty sure I've got tier 4 torsos on everybody now. But I don't know that for sure, so I'm gonna just leave these guys here for the moment. Try to leave them with a little extra movement so they get that little bit extra healing, because at least one of those units could use it. Alright. What, I just pick up the warding armor? Let's see if that applies to any heroes. It probably wouldn't be the mage, but possibly this guy. He's a spellblade, so I'll leave him with the magic damage bonuses. He needs the magic damage bonuses. His armor's pretty good. Hers is good. Yeah, I think everybody's is probably good. It says warding armor, but it actually doesn't give any magic resistance at all. I actually don't think that makes very much sense. Yeah, I'm just going to leave everybody with what they've got. It's fine. I'm pretty sure my heroes are pretty stacked as far as equipment goes. Okay, oh yeah, I was making a push down here. I forgot about this. It was this army of kind of scattered extras, led by a single hero here, is making a push. I think I was bringing in, yeah, I was bringing in more units from her house to assist. For the moment, though, I think she's doing okay, so we're going to keep moving down. Let's see, we got, what do we have here?
What?
A decent fight, but one that I can win. Let's see, she's got, who am I going to replace here? I could maybe replace the Pyromancer or one of the knights. I might replace that lower rank aspirant knight if this archer can move far enough. He can't. So I'm going to bring all of these guys in for this round. And these two could get picked off if they're not careful, but where does that go? They could very easily get picked off, but that's technically in a city-state's territory, so maybe I'll get lucky. I'll just move them as far as they can go. And then I can actually move these guys back a little bit if I need to, and they can sort of help protect. Alright, let's do this. Is that a road? I think that's probably a road. Yeah, okay, let's move on to that. Actually, I probably won't move back. I'll probably just move on to the city and start the siege. Got a Fireforge stone too. Okay, that went pretty well. Yeah, let's just get the siege started. Alright, we'll run through my usual set here of the Devastator Spheres, the Burning the Battlements, Underwinding Walls, Tower Bombardment. Those are my kind of go-tos. I will not be able to... I can get some other armies adjacent. I'm not sure that they really need to be, but I don't think any of them have... it'd be handy if she had a Siege Breaker item right now. But I think I already kind of have... Well, I could check, but I don't think I have a spare one. Oh, she does have a level up, though. Let's get Killing Momentum. One of my favorites from both this game and Age of Wonders 3. It was amazing in both games. Casting point bonus, Rod of Healing. Kind of like having Provoke on her. Conjure Animals. Broadly useful, although I think having the extra casting points, with how much mana I have, I think this is actually more useful. Because a single spell can go a long way. Yeah, I'm gonna give her the extra casting points, I think. Either that or the army recuperation. But she's the only hero down here, so I'll give her the extra casting points. Alright. We'll just chill out there and do the siege that way. I thought for sure that I had an extra book that I could give her. Let's check my other heroes real quick, see what they're sitting on. Okay, none there. None there. Hephaestus has one, that's fine. We want him to have one. I just want to make sure I'm not double stacked with two armies both having two books when only one hero in either group actually needs it. The mage actually needs something. I guess we could give him the Rod of Healing. Let's see. Turnus the Viper. He has Siege. Okay, that's giving Siege... Well, I guess it does... No, it does make sense for them both to have it. Yeah. I was thinking only one hero in a stack of 3 needs it, but it actually benefits the units in that hero's army. So having both him have it and Hephaestus have it does mean their sieges will be that much faster. So I do think I'll leave it with him. These guys down here are not as high priority of a thing, so I will just let them do what they're doing.
Hey.
Now you don't also have Siegebreaker, do you? Nope. Okay. So I'm gonna leave them the way they are. Sitting, yeah, in friendly territory. It's probably for the best. We got 2 more units in Flowing Fields ready to ship out. I'm gonna send them over this direction. Yep, right there, because they are part of her armies. Meteor Shower is done. Let's get something new. At this point, just doing Enchanted Crow Companion to blast through this last research so I can move on to my tier 5 tome is probably worth it. However, Fan the Inferno is very good for my build. And would help with all the big battles that I'm in. I think this is worth taking 3 turns to pick up. That's really powerful. Since I do more damage to units that are on fire, setting every unit guaranteed on fire is kind of amazing. Okay, we got heroes captured, more remains. Whispering Stone is returned. Where did that come from? High Pledge, okay. So, I could give somebody else a Whispering Stone. Guess we'll give it to Hornward. Infernal Focus is ready, so let's go ahead and get that cast. Nice. I am going to, for the sake of cosmetics, hide that weird glowing red thing over their head. I find it to be distracting. If I can find it in here. There it is. More war parties, we're quite well aware of all that, and we cleared off all the stuff being pillaged. I believe we're at the end of the turn. I'll pop back up here so I can keep an eye on Brown. And end the turn after I do a quick save, because I learned my lesson, hopefully. Because I was dealing with some crashes. Alright, here we go. Okay, I heard something to the south, but that makes sense because that was Van Ira. And I know she's got a city down there. This Fiala is the one that's... What was that noise? What the crap? Oh, hi. Well, they are coming from the south. Maybe it's that cave entrance there? They just freaking exploded the heck out of that Balor. Looks like they may have lost some stuff in that fight, too. But yeah, they're definitely coming from the south. They're just, for some reason, coming from Van Ira's territory. I wonder if maybe... It's possible Van Ira built a teleporter. It's possible there's a umbral entrance just down this cave. Maybe there's a portal down there. There's some connection there. But I think for now I can ignore them. I am going to continue to pile these guys all together. Get you all back in here. I'm gonna try to form an army that I can just quickly select. That'll be sort of the default one that runs out. And I want it to be units that can evolve or have evolved. So we'll probably drop that archer there, because they can't get any more powerful than what they already are. And I'll drop the that one night guard that I've had around for a while. We'll add a horse here to that army. And let's see. Probably put one more shield over here. Do these guys have a battle mage? Yeah. We'll put one more shield guy over here. That horse there. Scout over here, and then I've got 3 stacks. Those 3 on the southwest corner will be like the default ones that run out, and then I'll swap others as needed. And those will just be throwaway stuff that I send if Brown sends an army after me. They can be kind of throwaway units that I send out, and it doesn't matter if they get killed off. As long as they're around my capital, I don't mind having the extra spam units too much. I mean, I was thinking, you know, they're not worth the upkeep, but on the other hand, I have essentially unlimited resources now, so it doesn't really matter. Alright, I want to start swapping out some of these guys for units actually in her house. The only ones left to swap are some of these units. Now, does she have a... I've got a bannerman on the way from her house, so I'm going to drop this... Not that one. In this army. I'm going to drop that one with the anvil. I do want to keep this aspirant knight here because he's very close to evolving. So I'm going to drop this guy. We'll add an archer in their place. Put those 2 on the way. I'll bring this guy down. He'll swap out with someone, and she'll eventually have entirely her own army and be capable of operating independently. All right, time for the main event, possibly, of this episode. We're just gonna march in here and eliminate yellow from the face of the planet. I think we'll let Hephaestus do the honors, although I probably want to consider where they're going to move next. Do they want to go north and deal with Arvik? Or do they want to stay here and try to track down Fiala? I mean, probably deal with Arvik just because I know where he is. So I think I'll leave Hephaestus here. We'll attack the city with a faster unit, like that knight. It says low risk battle. I believe I will probably be fine. They're outnumbered and severely outgunned. Yeah. Easy, easy. No more Nicoreth. No more burden of guilt. It's out of the game. None of the other AI have it. So we're good. Excuse me. We are good. We got a tier 4 punchy weapon. Wand of polymorph. That can be good, but I already have quite a few wands. I'm just gonna probably scrap this stuff. Although honestly, it doesn't matter what I do with this stuff because I have so much extra binding essence and stuff that I have an unlimited amount of that too. We're going to throw a parade and get Imperium. Then we're gonna look and see what we can do with that Imperium. Getting close here to... I might want that. And I probably do want that Balor. I would like to have that in Hephaestus' army. I think that'd be fun. Units recruited through Rally of Legions get 2 rank upon recruitment. That's a good one. I'm not recruiting anyone through the Rally of Legions right now, but... that might actually be somewhat useful, the allegiance with free cities. Let me see where my Whispering Stones all are. How'd things go down here? Did Van Ira back off? I think she did. Alright, where are my Whispering Stones at? Kilval, Tridale, and Hornward. Kilval being up here. Getting allegiance per turn of 1. Yeah, I don't know if I'm not going to use that yet. It would make Kilval a vassal, but the one that I actually need to be a vassal is Hornward. I'm not going to worry about that right now. It doesn't do me enough good. We'll just keep the Imperium on hand for possibly expanding city borders and stuff. I think might be more useful. All right, we're going to, we're just going to vassal this. And then I am going to go pay Arvik a little visit. I might even run directly past Sunhill and go straight at him. Though we are getting a little bit outside of friendly territory here, which is going to make healing increasingly difficult. But maybe I can find a spot up here to slap down an outpost or something. A lot of times computers leave an area where you can do that. Alright, we probably want to move these guys first because they're going to determine what the limit of our movement range is. So, go here, and then I guess Hephaestus goes here. And we'll just start marching this way. Okay. And as for these guys, I am still going to keep them there. We're going to make sure this goes down. Very, very determined to get Celestial Haven firmly under my control. Well, actually, to get it firmly raised so that I can then control it with Tridale. Also, it is really nice not having armies pouring through that cave entrance all the time. That's really nice. Flowing Fields could use the Great Foundry. I believe I was planning on building that in a tile that I don't have access to yet. I think it is... Gets, yeah, benefits for adjacent mines. Oh, the city can grow, though. Okay, well, I could put it up here, I guess. On that forest. The Rune Carver's camp, I kind of want a quarry there for that. Oh, I could get this tile. Oh, wait, hang on. That's not claimed. Wait. No, that's got to be claimed, right? I'm having trouble. Hang on, I need to get rid of this overview. No, that is not. Yeah, it is. It's got a research post in it. Who owns this? This has got to be, it's Killwall. Okay, Killwall has that. I was so confused. Sometimes it's hard to tell what's in and out of the borders here. Okay, back to this then. I could grab sheep up here too, before Killwall does. That would help with growth. I might do that. Just get more sheep. Anything that has a resource on it, should probably grab while I can. So I'll do that. I'll just fix the teleporter ruins. They can keep repillaging it, that's fine. Arnil the Shaman, my ritualist hero that's hanging out with Hephaestus, has leveled up. He's pretty much here for just support. So I might give him anything that helps with healing. Don't really need that. Don't really need pack leader. I don't know if he'll have anything that helps with healing. This could be good, because it could give him Awaken Earth, which allow him to do a summon, and then I could get the other thing that benefits summons that the ritualists get. Yeah, this has got some interesting support abilities. We'll take that one. And then I could pair that with this, which gives him more health and summons gain natural generation, and then give him Awaken Earth so he can summon a Stone Spirit. Okay, that'll work. I might actually, where was he? He's this guy. He's got Raise Undead. Why do I have the Wand of Provocation on him? Let's give him the Wand of Polymorph. That's more fun. There we go. Oh, I think I just got... Nope, I'm still a turn away. Okay. Okay, Arvik is back in his capital. I'm on my way over there. Fiala's active down here again. Remains collected. I'm gonna make peace with anyone I can, just to get these little harassing armies off of me. Wow, she had a lot of vassals. Oh my gosh, that's 4, 5. This ought to get a lot of pressure off of me. Yeah, that was 5 cities that are no longer sending war parties after me, at least for the moment, until the other AI get them back under their control, but I don't know if they'll have time to. As we are starting to rapidly run away with this game. Alright, Arvik. One last round. Venira did basically nothing on her turn. And Fiala has ran away, probably regrouping. I would expect another attack down there at any time, but I'm not too worried about that. I've actually got this outpost under my control again. I probably need to build walls here, don't I? Yeah. Okay, nothing substantial has changed on the world map at the moment. I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of smash through Sunhill, because I think I can do it in a couple turns. Just to make it so I can force them to be my tributary, rather than having to deal with them as an independent city. Plus, Arvik will probably spend resources trying to defend this. Does it have a Spelljammer? Yes, it does. Ah, well. We'll just power through it. I think it'll be okay. Hello. Yeah, it's a 2-turn siege. It'll be over real quick. I don't really need the raiding party. I was trying to see if there's anything else that makes sense to bring, but actually, in a case like this, construct onagers, if money's not an issue, is probably better. Just because I think catapults are better than Devastator Spheres. The only advantage of Devastator Spears is it adds to the city breaching strength. But I'm just going to take the onagers. They're technically more useful in the auto combat, I think. Okay, those guys are all good. We're going to try to pair these people up. I have a Liege Guard here that can swap out for this Liege Guard. I think I might have built one too many units because we are now almost fully set. I've got a mage that they're going to swap out with a pyromancer, I think. Yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this pyromancer out. I'm going to add a mage to this army. I'll add an extra Liege Guard to this one, just so there's more Liege Guards around the hero. And then I will add a Geomancer to this one when she gets down there, and pull away that knight when the knight gets down there. Actually, I might pull away that knight now, even though he's almost evolved. I want to get one with... Oops, wrong guy. Oh well, I'll swap him out in a minute. You know what, let's just stack everybody here. It's easier. And then on the next turn I'll get that all figured out. There. We'll sort it out next turn. Except that I just pulled one too many off of there. Well, sir, I guess you're in. No, you're out of movement. I somehow managed to goof that up pretty dang good. Okay, we'll just put this guy back in there. Okay, we'll have everyone... We got one turn left on Celestial Haven. I am sitting here. I am not moving. I know the moment I leave, Van Ira's going to take that back. So we're just staying there. And I get my Balor. It does sacrifice a Throne City population, but, well, there's just some sacrifices that have to be made. I also got the Commander's Ankh of Fire, which I believe was going towards one of these heroes. Here, I think. Who doesn't have one of these? Yeah, I've got a ritualist with these armies. He's with Hephaestus, and he did have that healing wand. I think I would rather give him this. Okay, there we go. We'll give the healing wand to somebody else. She does have army recuperation, so I'm okay with that for now. I wouldn't mind giving her the Commander's Ankh of Fire too, but I do kind of want to start getting to work on those boots, so... Let's go back to the item forge blueprints. I should have a pair already in here that I was making. Haste boots. Do I have the ability to make very fast movement? I don't think I have the 3 haste berries for that. No, I only have 1, so we'll just have to settle for fast movement. But these are still pretty good boots. There we go, haste boots. Yeah, they're tier 4s, and still have some defense and resistance on them. 1 defense, 1 resistance, 1 status, and fast movement. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Let's make some of those. Actually, hang on. Cancel that. I can get something else, too, if I want it. I think just the plus 5 HP, or maybe Slip Away. Slip Away is always useful. Yeah, one of those two. I think Slip Away is more powerful. Technically speaking, this is plus 5 hit points, but this is plus 15 hit points if you think about it. Yeah, Slip Away is just better, I think. We're gonna call them the Hasty Slippery Boots, which sounds kind of gross and I don't want to wear them. I don't like that. I'm changing that. Hasty Slip Away Boots. There we go. That's better. Okay, and we're already at the end of our turn again. The turns are starting to fly by because the amount of resistance we're running into is beginning to crumble. Should probably be casting something. I think Revels of Carnage is a good choice. I could try to do Resonant Blades again, but it sort of works against my build, so I'm just going to not do that. And my armies are moving so fast. I could summon Lava Rune Steels and try to morph terrain as I go, but I can't do that in enemy territory, and my armies are moving so fast it doesn't really matter anyway, so I am going to, yeah, just start spamming Revels of Carnage. Probably on these guys. Alright, Harvick? Nope, nothing. Okay. Vanira, anything? You gonna go after that city-state? No, she backed off of Hornward. And isn't trying to stop this. Nothing from Fiala yet. I'm surprised they haven't cleared out that Forsaken Cove there. It's gotta be more annoying for them than it is for me. Alright, well, moving swiftly along. Cult of Personality. A newly found cult has become very popular in Flowing Fields. I had one like this with the Steve guy that I made. It was called the Cult of Steve, and it was wonderful. Children of the Giant King seek your blessing as they assemble to celebrate their zeal. Okay, I can get a crap ton of production. I can get a crap ton of research for 6 turns. Or a bunch of foods. That's 2 turns off of food. So this is essentially like 2 turns worth of food. Less than 1 turn worth of research. Or about 3 turns worth of production. But Flowing Fields isn't building anything right now, so I think I probably will just take the food. Because they aren't building anything at the moment. Alright, there's my new Balor. Now I gotta figure out how to get him to Hephaestus. Preferably in one piece. For the moment, he can chill with these guys, I guess. Maybe try to get some kills. Start leveling up that sacrificial slaughter ability. I will back this guy off over here, I guess, and Add Balor right to the middle there. I do want to catch him up with Hephaestus, but only when I have a teleporter. I don't want to risk him getting caught off guard by himself. Oh, hello, Fiala. Seems they're going to come interfere. This could get spicy on the next turn. I could run around there and attack them preemptively. They probably may have come up that cave entrance. I am fighting in the terrain of an enemy Spelljammer, which is not great. I think I can... What do you got here? Magma? Okay, the magma elementals are gonna do nothing. Do have a lot of gold golems, a respectable number of gold golems, but... Arvik doesn't have a whole lot here. No, not even any. He's got one Dread Reaper, okay. I think I can... I'm just gonna take them separately, and the reason that I want to do this separately is because in this battle, none of Arvik's stuff will be involved, which means I don't have to deal with any of Arvik's combat spells. I do not want a situation where I'm fighting with a Spelljammer and I have two different people casting combat spells at me. This limits it to one, which is a better outcome than if I let them attack me and on their turns, or on their terms. That might end up uglier for me. Oh, I forgot I was going to cast Rebels of Carnage on one of those groups. Okay, absolutely smoked him. That's what I like to see. The Carrying Staff. I have a hero that uses a staff. I don't know if that's better or worse than what he's got, but I guess I'll take it. See what the Ritualist has. He's got a tier 4 with healing built in. Yeah, we'll leave him with what he's got. Okay, well that was a fun distraction. Let's get back to it then, I guess. I'm gonna kind of, slide around to the north side of the city to reduce the travel time to our next destination. Alright, now let's see if I can sort this out without goofing it up again. Knight comes out, because he's not from this group, or from this house. That knight goes in, so he can start leveling up. I can remove... I want to make room for... Okay, this guy comes out, and we add this guy in, so we have another healer. Or we have a healer, at least. I want to move these guys a little bit further away. I want to split up where the knights are located into two different groups. I'm going to add a... We've already got several Liege Guards here. I'm going to add one Liege Guard here. I'm going to take one of these two knights and move it here to mix them up between two different armies. And then I need to switch someone for a Geomancer. This guy, right here. He's not part of that group. And then I think I can add back in one Liege Guard, you. And just like that, that army is fully stocked with units from her house. So they will all be getting those bonuses. I do have one extra Pyromancer. That's okay. They can go back. There'll be more extras. And then these guys are fully stacked and ready to go. As long as I can keep them alive. I'm gonna just put them on camp. I keep clicking the check mark instead of camping. Alright, and look at that. I believe Tridale has some room to grow now. I'll be taking a farm here. Tridale desperately needs more growth. In fact, I'm going to claim as much of this land as I can. I do need to get rid of this city ruins, though. And I want to try to make sure that I get 3 all around this city. Yeah, getting rid of the all around the mountain. Sorry, getting rid of that city ruins is kind of important. So we're gonna pillage that. I think whoever does pillage it may need to catch up. So I might let one of the tyrant knights do that because I don't want to waste too much time here moving. So I'm gonna, because I can't remember if when you clear something, if it takes away all the movement of the unit that's clearing it. Dismantle ruins. Okay, can he still move and still be dismantling those ruins? Okay, he can. Alright, it could get interrupted, but yeah, we're gonna want to do that. Ooh, there's a golden layer there. Can I snag that? I'm not sure how much the city can grow, but I could get that. I probably want another farm. I think I want lots of farms because I can build the feudal cultures farmsteads and stuff like that. Make this whole area a really good growth income. So I think I am going to take this tile now. Actually, I'll take this tile now because it kind of more prevents. It's more of a border tile, if you can see what I'm saying. So, like if they expand their borders, like this tile's locked in. Nothing else is touching this, so I don't need to worry about somebody else taking it. Looks like I can get this one anyway, so we'll grab that. Okay, that's as much as it can grow for now. The city ruins has mana node on it. I could potentially get a fishing tile there, making this a good spot for a farmstead. I think it's time for Tridale to finally start flexing a little bit. Let's do it. Although I am getting the Hall of Geomantic Resonance, but that actually isn't as good as... Yeah, technically I kind of need some other stuff here. I need foresters and stuff like that, which Tridale doesn't really have access to. So I can't build it there. I could build... I can't build that in any of those spots. Can you be a forester? Nope. You know what? We're just going to have to power through some of these. I've got money. Let's just spend it. Surf quarters. Anything that promotes food. Boom. Done. 500 gold. Don't care. Estate hall. Get that done. And then we'll work on the farmstead too. I'll just hurry the production of the estate hall on the next turn. I just want Tridale to get big and strong very fast so that I can start making dragons. And it's time to march on Van Iris capital, I think. Let's go, everyone. Party at her place. Fan the Inferno is done, and you might think we'd pick Tome of Chaos Lord with this build, but actually we're going Tome of the Creator, mostly because all my guys are elementals, and Shaper's Touch gives them all natural regeneration, 10 more hit points, and 2 lightning resistance, which is fantastic. Also, we get the awesome Call Titan of Earth summon, which is pretty great, and Earth Shatter Engines, which will help me do more fortification damage. This is a great tome to get coming online at this point in the game, so let's grab that.
Those who master materia.
We definitely are going to want to lock Titan of Earth, probably. That's a really strong summon.
And harnessing the primordial forces.
Tectonic Shatter is also really good.
The Titans themselves shall walk
But I
with you,
think I've got enough
the very
really good
essences
combat
of
spells
element
already. Shaper's Touch is the main thing we're here for. Alright, let's go ahead and give... Who isn't leveled up? Who is not max level in Hephaestus' crew? There's that one Geomancer. Okay, they're all very close, so I don't think it's worth using on them. How about you guys? We got a couple knights in that army that could use it. I think probably out of anyone, it's going to be her armies down here that need it the most. Particularly the ones with that aspirant knight. Yeah, I would give it to them. And probably the hero's army herself. In fact, all of them. I could just keep because he needs it too for that aspirant knight. We'll just spam it on all of them for now. Okay, my alignment has changed. It went down a little bit from very good to good. Might have something to do with burning down a city to the ground. I don't know. Apparently that's frowned on. Alright. I think we're ready to go to the next turn. Oh wait, hang on. Did this... Oh, this city grew. Okay. Wait, Flowing Fields grew? When did they grow? Because I just got... They just grew on like the last turn I picked up the sheet. Unless they had another growth that I didn't notice. Well, in any case, I think I want to put a mine here, probably. There is this annoying these little guys on that I forgot to clear, but it's really not a huge deal. I could put a mine there, and then I could maybe build the Great Foundry near that. Great Foundry would also go well there, but I kind of want that research post. Let's go up. It's not really a good spot to build it unless I take one of those two, but that's all right. Oh, there's more sheep there too. I'm just gonna keep grabbing all this stuff. Matter of fact, I've got Imperium. Another farm on the sheep. I'm gonna save some of that Imperium for spam grabbing all this land. I think I have to... Okay, I have to capture and release that Ancient Wonder if I want it. But I could do that with one unit, I think, because it's already cleared. I need to get some extras out here. Some of those extra armies, yeah. Some people in my capital. It doesn't really matter who, any random army of misfit extras. That don't go anywhere else. Or even just the scout, honestly. Actually, the scout might be the best because he's fast. And if he gets picked off, it doesn't really matter that much. Let's get him... I think I have a teleporter on the surface over here. Yeah, right up there. Have him do all that. Okay, I think we're good. I swear, just having one free scout that can go run around and take care of crap like that is really nice. He might get picked off by Thunderdale when he goes down there, but at least shouldn't have any AI enemies coming after him. Alright, is Arvik gonna attack? Nope. He is scared. Is Van Ira going to do anything about this? Apparently moving at least some stuff my direction. Surprised this land isn't all Umbral corrupted. You'd think she would have done that. Is Van Ira going to move, or is Fiala going to move at this outpost? Just let me build my walls. I did just hit Fiala pretty hard on that last turn. Took out a big army, so might take her a couple turns recoiling from that. And we're back to the Independence. And soon back to me. Okay, first things first, let's get that scout. Keep moving him down this way. I might just, yeah, just for the sake of doing this faster, I'm probably gonna favorable winds him. I do have that Revels of Carnage ready to go, and I'm gonna use that before this battle here. There's also some stuff coming up behind this group, but that finishes it off for all three of those armies. We'll move in, take a fast unit, attack, do the auto. This is another city that's going to get raised. pretty nice magic robe, actually. And a pretty nice helmet if I ever had an archer. Actually, that's a good helmet for my mage regardless. I'm going to give that to him. Mage. Actually, I think I have a lot of helmets that are not that great, but this would be best on the mage. There you are. Yeah, that's a big improvement for you. And I think, who was my Spellblade? That was... Or actually, maybe my Ritualist would benefit from that cloak I just found most. Because that's a tier 4, torso item. This one allows him to do 4 magic damage and ignore more status. I think that's better. We'll give that to him. Cool. Alright, I'm going to, oops, I meant to... I will send a knight in to do this because they're faster. I'm going to also burn this down, but before I do, I'm going to go ahead and take this one. Just because it lets me raise cities faster. Actually, the money I get from it doesn't really matter, does it? Which is the one that gives me raising cities yields 20 gold permanent income. Yeah, the money from this doesn't really matter. I'm not sure if that's worth 500 Imperium. I think I'd rather hang on to Imperium for expanding cities. Oh, and I definitely want casting reserves. That's a really good upgrade. Okay, we'll sit with that for a bit. I'm also considering upgrading Forced March at some point. For now, though, this can just... We're just going to get this city out of the way.
Hey.
Okay, and these guys can all move back up. I don't think anyone will be coming to save them. And I could maybe go clear that even. I may as well while I'm here. It also gets these guys out of enemy territory for a turn, which will help a little bit with healing. And I can get these guys... I'm actually going to send these guys somewhere slightly different. I'm going to send them up here to go towards that Glutton's Fane, because that's also a cleared structure that they can just sit on and capture. Kind of like how the scout's going down here. I might need favorable winds for other things, so I'm going to wait until the end of the turn to move those guys. These guys can continue on as they were, I think. We're just going to charge straight in. I'm pretty confident in their ability to take down whatever Van Ira throws at them. Hello, everyone. Please attack as you see fit. Never mind the man with a sword as big as that guardian tree. Sarah Feingold was pointing that out. His sword is just comically large on the world map. That's ridiculous. Envy's Thorn, your hero... Oh, this is my new ritualist. Okay, so... He was an explorer. Gives him Farseer, which is useful. I could give him Conqueror, which would give him Demolitionist. I think that just allows him to summon Devastator Spheres. That's not bad. And he is about to win a siege battle against a throne city, so I would get that. It would give him more summons, but it only can be used once per battle. It's a free action, which is kind of the advantage of it, I think. Or the Instructor, which he doesn't really need because my unit already has legendary rank units in it. It's already full. I think the Farseer that he already has is probably fine because it's giving this whole army extra vision range, and no one else here has Farseer. Although to unlock that, I would need to explore a Golden Ancient Wonder. Not sure if there's any left to explore. The advantage of Demolitionist is that it gives him a free summon. And I will get it. Whoops. Well, I guess that's what we're going with because I accidentally clicked on it. I think. Did I just turn him into a demolitionist? His ambition. Yep. Well, that's what he's getting now. So, yeah, I didn't think I had Farseer on him. Oh my gosh, there's a lot of stuff here. Okay. What a mess. Okay, I don't want to do that. I want to hit the unit that's got 1. So we're going to move here. Take a low-risk battle where we can get it. This should wipe out quite a few of these heroes. Dear gosh, these poor geomancers are getting wrecked. I'm going to accept that, but if I lose him in a coming fight, I'm probably going to redo it. That's a plus 20 world map casting points. That's actually better than an item that one of my other heroes has. I know what it looks like, so I should be able to find it pretty quickly. Is this thing? Yep, this is technically better, so just swap that out. Oh, that pulled in one of Brown's armies, I see. Okay, no wonder that was a little extra hard. Let's go after that 2-stack over there. Continue to isolate them however I can. Why can't I select... Oh, because he was leaning forward, so it looked like he was on a different tile. Now, who's beat up? This guy? Hopefully this person keeps him alive, but I'm considering swapping him over to that Ritualist's army. Yeah, I'm going to swap him over to the Ritualist's army and hope the Ritualist heals him. Hephaestus could use... I guess Hephaestus could use an extra Liege Guard, so we'll do that. If I have enough movement to do all this.
Hey.
Swap the Liege Guard there. Put you in here. Hopefully the Ritualist helps to keep you alive. Then we attack with the Knight. Oh, that's just attacking the units outside the walls. That should be easy. She ran away, but she'll still be here. But she'll be out of movement, but I think she's just about out of movement anyway, so I'm going to accept that. Yeah, she was basically out of movement anyway, so it doesn't really matter. And then a big battle. This one I'll probably will have to do myself, because I'm betting they kill that Geomancer. For some reason, they keep getting into trouble. Nope, she just ran again. Alright. Maybe they're running... Maybe the AI knows to run away units that have almost no health left. Okay, well, I mean, that's a good result, because it means I don't have to do that all myself. I got a crap ton of new stuff. None of which I'm going to use. We're going to get rid of all that, just so it doesn't clutter things up. Somebody leveled up. I think it was my Death Knight. No, who leveled up? It must have been the Ritualist. He's the only other one who would have. Yeah. Okay, well, what does he get now? Probably the fire damage one, or meteor strikes. Yeah, meteor strikes probably a little better. Why not? And then the last little piece here of resistance. How the heck did you kill a Liege Guard in that? Alright, well, I guess I'll do this one myself. Out of all those battles, the one against 4 or 5 units is the one where I'm gonna lose a Liege Guard? That's wild. Okay. Well, For starters, let's make sure you get all patched up. I do have Rejuvenate, but I also have a base heal, which I would rather use here. How the heck did they kill that Liege Guard? What did you do?
Hey. Huh?
Alright, might just have Hephaestus lob a fireball at the towers, or maybe at that ogre. Oh, he's immune to burning. Okay. Yeah, we'll just hit the tower with it. I think the archers might be able to finish that. Nope, they didn't get the lucky shot. Maybe you could? Nope, you can't get close enough. We'll put the wyvern front and center to try to draw some fire. And the other guy's back there babysitting the geomancer that keeps getting hurt. Alright, well, if I can clear this guy out, I think a lot of the other problems will very quickly be resolved. Just need to get him out of Hephaestus' way. Actually, I need to get this guy out of Hephaestus' way. Much easier to do. I'm gonna burn... Oh, I guess I'm gonna freeze him. Can at least cancel his defense mode with that, with those magic attacks now. Now Hephaestus can get over here. A little bleeding. Never hurt anyone. Hello. Alright, I want to soften up those guys enough to make sure he lands a kill so that it triggers his killing momentum and he can go after something else. My catapult's ready. I'm going to use this catapult to actually get rid of that thing. Because I want to use this archer to shoot here. I think he'll do just a bit more damage and can trigger status effects. Have that guy get rid of that tower so they're not lobbing stuff at me. Can shoot another arrow here. Okay, this knight can get up and do big damage to the hero, so this is a guaranteed kill now. And it was a crit, so the other guy died too. Which means this is a crit. Which means it's just this poor fool left. And the battle is over. I don't know what the issue was there. Okay, everybody is out of movement. I'm just gonna sit here. Actually, I probably should have sat on the teleporter. Oh well. Can I split someone off to go break that teleporter? Just that archer. Yeah, just go break that. Or do I want to break that? Maybe I don't want to do that. Well, the archer's out of movement now. I'm not going to end up needing to use it myself, probably. Once I'm done up here, I'm just going to run back south to where I already have teleporters, so... we're just going to vassalize this one. And they'll fix it eventually anyway. Alright. You guys are good. I think I moved the wrong stack over here. I did. I have this one lone archer by themselves. You guys need to be with them, not lone archer. Here. There you go. Okay, well I got palisade walls up there, which at least buys me a little time if Brown comes back. Let's see, withdrawn to Ast Avoid, collected, captured, renown. That one I might want to actually look at. Okay, didn't get the Throne City one, but he did get his final level of renown, so that's good. And Nebular Sanctum needs something to work on. I guess the Lord's Manor. Go ahead and actually just hurry the production of that, because that's not one you can even boost, but it does give quite a bit of extra food. Although I need to remember, Nebular Sanctum, it doesn't really matter if they get more food, because now these guys, they could use more, but Nebular Sanctum can't actually grow any bigger in its current state. It can add population, but it can't add territory because it's pinned. Let's go ahead and get the Farmstead Carnival of Flesh trio built. Probably put the farmstead here, I would say. Carnival of Flesh here, because I could put a farm here. I was thinking about possibly putting a farm on the water, but I think I'd rather just take the land territory here if I can get to it before Van Ira does. Okay, and I don't think this city can grow again yet. No, it's 2 turns until it gets growth naturally. Nebular Sanctum got its upgrade. We'll take the Hall of Geomantic Resonance, I guess. Or the monolith. Actually, I should probably build the... Well, again, food doesn't really matter here, though, does it? Let's get the monolith. It's just straight mana income. Okay, so far so good. We'll go ahead and get Rebels of Carnage ready to go again, I guess. Although I'm not sure who I want to give it to. Maybe this army. They've got 2 Tyrant Knights that are both getting kind of close. It would be nice to, Oh, spell blocked by Spelljammer. Never mind. We'll come back to that later. Another one that might be nice... Well, I guess the people down there already have it. We'll just hang on to it for now, I guess. Okay, well, let's, head to the next turn. Making good progress today. I'm pretty happy with this. I've already knocked out 1 enemy, but I think I'm going to get possibly 2 more. Van Ira's like, no, I'm out. Saw all this coming. Saw that giant spear and sword larger than a city and was just like, I think we'll just go home. Although, you actually kind of split some units off here that are going to be easy pickings, so I may as well go get them. Telesfork is under siege. Who's Telesfork? Will it take me to it? No, it won't take me to it when it's calculating the next turn. Oh, I never did hurry my scout, did I? Oh well, that's fine. I'm not in any rush for that. I'm not sure if Telesfork's a city-state that I care about. Okay, Flamewall just became my vassal. That's good. Where is Telesfork? Oh, them? It's Sanguine's old city. That is kind of annoying, but I think actually, that's not going to matter, because I think Van Ira is going to be dead. Oh no, but it'll take me time to siege your capital, so maybe not. was thinking Van Ira might be dead before they even get a chance to take that, but I'll be able to get it back. I think this is more city-state stuff getting thrown at me. We'll see if my scout can sneak in here and get that real quick. And I should also have another small army out in this direction that can go. Yeah, they were going to go after that one there. Try to get as many ancient wonders as I can. Okay. Does everyone have all their movement and stuff back? Because we are not done with Mr. Arvik. What I think I might do is move here and build an outpost out there. Yeah. That would be this army. Could do it.
Huh?
Make sure to get them back together. And these guys. Okay. They're all good. This guy might get picked off, actually. There's some stuff over there, but we'll see. Maybe he can get away. And then I'm gonna take this rumbling prison out, just because why not? I might even throw the knight in here. Yeah, just to give him some extra experience. That's a fairly well-balanced army right there. This is going to be easy. But I'm going to throw mana at it anyway, unless this is a... Nah, I'll take the 100% chance and just throw mana at it anyway. Oh, there was a tier 4 ape in there. Alright, well, everybody leveled up. And what do I get? I could get a Litharine Shard Lancer. Don't really care too much about that. Hook of Cleansing Flame, which is a polearm, Condemned and Retaliator, or money. None of this really matters. The Shard Lancer is at least a unique unit, and it is an elemental, I think, so it should benefit from my Shaper of Earth or whatever that thing is that I'm researching right now. Oh, I can get a Primordial Blood back too now. Big monkey. I'm gonna just take the Shard Lancer. Yeah, I thought it might put it in my capital. That's actually fine. What army did it stick it in though? Oh wait, it didn't put it in my capital. Oh, there he is. And I also got another archer. Okay, you don't need to be here. You could just go defend the capital. Having an extra tier 3 back there doesn't hurt, so. Okay, then I'll be able to annex that whenever I feel like it. I'm gonna move these guys over here. It's super cool that I can just cross the lava now. And they will probably go after that golden gate, actually.
Huh?
Alright, and then as for this nice lady, I'm going to move... Let's see, are you within range? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, you could reach. Oh, you didn't need to get yourself killed. That's not necessary. Wait, did a bunch of my guys just go insane? Holy crap, guys, chill, chill, chill. What is causing this crap? When a fight occurs in the city's domain, the player... She must have cast a spell. I think she's probably got that thing that lets her cast a spell on the first turn of combat. Holy smokes, they messed up that hero pretty good. Jeez. No, she cast Chain Lightning. Why did he go nuts? Okay, I have no idea why he went crazy. Because she just cast Chain Lightning. Unless it's something that originates from this structure. Alright, well, you should probably protect your boss there. Maybe consider not attacking your boss. That would be good. I'm sure one of you guys knows why he went crazy, so you just let me know in the comments, because I missed whatever happened there. Probably says in the combat log here. Hang on. Okay, it happened on Van Ira's turn, I think. This is a little bit... Okay. Leech Guard fails check. Gains insanity. It doesn't tell me what this came from. It just says Duke Grain Shepherd fails check, Leech Guard fails check, and they all gain insanity. And it's just Van Ira begins turn 1 and all my people go nuts apparently. I have no idea what caused that. Let's hope it doesn't happen again. Oh, this is gonna hurt. This is gonna hurt them a lot. Ah, but I'm one space away. Actually, we can do something fun here. Let me unclick the mage. I am going to do Abducting Cyclone to pull one of those units in range of the mage. It doesn't matter which one, because they're all technically touching. Now the mage can do Wildfire. And I'm going to have him do Inexorable Cast. Although I'm not sure that actually matters. It's going to hit so much stuff, I think I'm going to use it anyway. Because there's other things that I could Sunder Resistance. I may as well. I don't know what else I would use this for, so... I'm not sure if it'll help me at all or not, but now I can do this. Oh, that's a lot of debuffs. Sucks to be you guys. Now I can follow up with some arrows. Probably want to get that dragon out of here earlier if I can. I might have her just shove that dragon back. Maybe I need to do something about this little problem, though. Just finish him off, please. Get that thing out of the way. See, that guy's stunned. He can't do anything this turn anyway unless they clear it. So I think I'm safe to charge in with the knight. As long as I guard him with somebody, probably. And then I'm going to have her use a pushing attack. Oh, it didn't work on the dragon. He's too big. Okay, that's alright. Move up most of these guys. I'm going to leave him in defense mode. I'm going to actually attack. Actually, I'm going to leave him in defense mode too. He's got a lot of stuff kind of bearing down on him. Leave the knight here. Move this guy up here. Took a lot of units to take out that one in the back line. I think I'm okay though. There's that big breath attack, froze a couple of my guys. But that dragon will not last long. Okay, now is the time where I think I drop a giant fireball on everything. Blast evocation. Or I could sink, you know what? I actually might just, oops. No. Cancel. Resume game. There we go. I might just target her in the back, but I think I'm going to drop, everyone's bunched up enough. I think Lava Burst is a good choice here. That's going to cause a lot of damage. And set a bunch of ground on fire. Now she is in trouble. And I think I can probably take her out with the mage, but I need to get this guy out of the way first. Wish that knight wasn't frozen. I could really use him right now. Yeah, I kind of need him to die, because he's preventing my mage from doing what I want my mage to do. And I can kill him with that Leech Guard, I guess. Okay. Mage, I need you to move here. We're going to just take her out. Whoop. And now we're down here, apparently. Is this guy refuged right now? Yes. So ignore him. Take out the dragon with you. I will actually go ahead and summon a free spider with her to make more of a distraction. Give them something else to hit. Pull this guy around, defend with you to protect the hero. Defend with you to protect those two. Move him up, we can do a little more damage. Archers can move up and maybe land a kill. There we go.
Hey.
Yeah, this guy might just move up and heal himself, since he got beat up really bad. Okay. They are all getting ready to break and run. And another guy just went insane and is probably going to light up my mage. which is technically going to damage that Liege Guard. Yeah, it didn't do too much. We're a bit too tanky for that. Okay, the gremlins in the back are going to port as soon as someone hits them. So I probably want to try to hit them with a range attack first, preferably a weaker range attack. Or I could just hit them with Ignite. That might actually be the easiest solution here. Unless a knight can reach them. A knight can reach them, actually. Never mind, this should do enough to... Nope, wasn't quite enough to kill them. Oh, they must have already used that ability. Wait, where did they go? I didn't think the knight was going to kill him, unless I crit him. I must have crit him. Well, then that's that. I can kind of see why I lost something in that fight. It's just Van Iris got really good stuff. The Umbral stuff's very powerful. And I don't have any radiant damage to really counter it directly. So I can sort of see that. I need to find that Spelljammer. Getting rid of that would be nice. But I took out a big chunk of her army there, so I still feel decently good about that. Okay, what else can I get with Kingerhelm, territory-wise? Not really anything in particular. I mean, it could claim that cave entrance and there are fish on it. I'll probably never get that, but... I guess the other thing is if I put this here, I get... If I take these, I get more mana in my Runecarver's camp. But I don't really need either that badly. If anything, I'd probably opt for food, so we'll get the fish farm and take control of that cave entrance. Alright, Hero has leveled up again. I've got the main thing that she was going for with killing momentum. She's a polearm unit. Probably want to just give her more damage output. Frenzy's also pretty good on them, as well as the crit bonuses. I think I'm going to take the melee damage. Just make her as strong as possible. Okay. And I don't have anyone to cast Revels of Carnage on at the moment. I could throw it on them just for the one Geomancer, but I feel like she's going to level up pretty quickly anyway. Although she's still quite a ways off. What about you? You're a little closer. Yeah, why not? We'll just... It'll benefit the hero, too. It'll help him level up faster, so... I guess, why not throw it down there? And if I can channel it again for free on this turn, that'll work. Alright, I think we're good for now. Alright, Arvik, what else do you have? Getting close to that Shaper's Touch, and that's a huge one for me. Natural regen on all my units is insane, on top of the extra hit points. The lightning resistance won't really matter that much against anyone other than Van'yra. So by the time I get that up and running, she'll probably... It might be just in time for, like, the last battle with her, which is nice. But otherwise, won't make a huge difference. But it's mostly the regeneration of hit points are the main two selling points of that in my particular circumstances here. There's Oh no, somebody did already clear that. I was thinking of Gold Agent Wonders that I could have cleared with this guy's Farseer Renown bonus, but most of the stuff's already been cleared. That should be nothing. Yeah, get off of me. Aspirant Knight still manages to almost die. And I got another unit that I'm not going to keep. In fact, I'm not going to keep her either. Go home. Okay. I got that other scout back. This guy's going to go back to the capital. Speaking of the capital, let's check and see if Fiala is active. They are not down here. I think they probably redirected to try to deal with the situation up by Arvik, where they were trying to interfere. Okay, we want more hasty slip-away boots. And I had remains collected. I don't care about that. Tridel can annex another province. I do care about that. Hang on, let me add those slip-away boots though. Those we're going to grain this guy. There we go. So he's a bit faster now. Okay, and this is unfortunately going to be a 4-turn siege, I think, unless one of these people has the siege breaker. I don't remember if it's Hephaestus' army that has that exclusively, or if I did give that to somebody out here. Yeah, none of these guys have it. It's kind of annoying with these 40 defense cities, because I kind of need one more point to be able to do it with Oh, there's their Spelljammer. I'm gonna go get that. Oops, may have messed up here a little bit. Hang on. Yeah, I'll be fine. I just need a couple favorable wins. So I need it on you guys. Oh, spell is blocked by Spelljammer. Hang on. We can do this. Fine. I just need somebody who's a little faster to stand on it. That way I can use favorable winds to boost you. Move you here. Then I can... It's going to be a little weird, but... Okay. Yeah, I need to keep him there. Then I use favorable winds again on this army to add them all to that one. Then we pillage while these guys attack the city. There we go. Spelljammer shut down. I'm going to add all my siege projects. But yeah, the problem is I do 10 base siege damage, and then I can do the Devastator Spheres for 3, which leaves me at 39, so it's still a 4-turn siege, which is annoying. Which makes me think I'll just take the Onagers instead. Alright, that has not been explored yet. That would be new. And I probably do want to explore it, so... Although not with the Aspirant Knight that always dies. I think we'll add another Geomancer in on this one. Yeah, one of those two. Move you up there. Move the Aspirant Knight to this army for now. Did I do that right? I think so. Oh wait, maybe not. No, I didn't. That's the one that I didn't want to move there. Okay. Oh no, I did that right. Okay, this is the setup that I wanted. Okay, we're good. And then move them here. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and cast Revels of Carnage on them. I'm going to recast Favorable Winds, so that's ready on the next turn, because that's probably the most important one to have ready to go. And we'll bolster our troops for resistant attackers, strengthened attackers, all that good stuff. Alright, this could actually be a decent fight. We'll see how this goes. Yeah, I don't want to lose him. I'll just do this one myself. Mage Banes. Nuisances. If I can get rid of them, I could just unload with spells. Alright, if possible, getting on that guy is important. Don't think I'm going to be able to. He will probably use Forbidden Tome before using Cosmic Bolts. So we may just have to deal with whatever comes first. Oh, come on, deselect him, or select one of my people. Why is it like this? It's like I can't left click or right click to deselect him, but if I do that, it goes escape. What? I'm like stuck on him. There we go. It was like I had to select it. That was really weird. It like wouldn't let me deselect him. I'm gonna go ahead and set stuff on fire. We'll just get burning going on stuff because that's gonna increase the damage output of my other units. I think we maybe can tank the mage long enough to ignore it and just deal with all the other stuff. That's what I'm gonna try to do. I may use cheaper spells like Hold the Line to allow me to run in and be more aggressive. I do want to get in his face. Probably do a cleaving sweep. I can move this guy up here.
Hey.
Go ahead and drop an arrow here, the big shot. Move you here. Okay, I'm gonna have him defend. I'm gonna have her do a cleaving sweep. I'm probably gonna use Hold the Line on these two so that they can do the cleaving sweep. And I can start trying to get rid of these Mage Banes so I can cast more expensive spells. Away. That guy is getting a little beat up. Probably want to fix that. Alright, let's see how much damage I can do to this thing if I move over here and start lighting it up. Can't land those burnings. It's a slight problem. I'm going to ignore the wisp. I'm gonna keep him kind of on this guy, just being a nuisance. She could kill that Mage Bane. He can't quite kill that thing. Which means no big spells for me on this turn. I might have to just cast the spell with the Mage Bane active. Unless I Hold. No, that won't work. I think we're just going to do the big lava burst with the Mage Bane active. I could drop it actually right on my own people at this point. It wouldn't even matter. I think right there looks good. Did slow down this guy, which means he's actually can't do a retaliation attack on that thing if it moves, but I think that's okay. She's gonna have killing momentum actually, so I can do... Now that I think about it, I can do this, and then I think this would give her... wouldn't let her move through an enemy zone of control, though. So I want to kill this thing so it can't do a bunch of damage to that guy. Just not sure how to do that. He could maybe take one hit for free. And then I could have her do second wind. Oh, I could have moved there this whole time. Okay, well. Live and learn, I guess. And take that thing out. There we go. I don't think he's in any danger unless that wizard can do something to kill him. Might have to disconnect that sworn bond because they're targeting the hero a lot. Oh, that thing is steadfast. Love that. Well, I could just run through the fire and get him, so keep the pressure on. Can get the little wisp off my back. I can move this guy up, and technically I'm behind that thing, although I probably don't want to take hits from it. I'm just going to try to melt this thing as much as I can. I believe my hero can deal with it just fine. Then you just actually deconnect Sworn Bond. And then defend. I think I'm just going to immolate this guy. Whoops, not immolate. Ignite. Add stacks of burning, basically. Oh, I forgot he can do that in enemy zone of control. Wait, did I kill the wizard? I think he died from burning. Okay. Paladin's Winged Helmet. I actually could use better helmet. Loot the Golden Gate, or just get 704 Imperium? Holy smokes. I think I'll take the Imperium. That's a lot. Okay, now I'm going to drop one of them and add the Knight back in, the Aspirant Knight. Yep, you can go there, you go there. And then all of these people can chill here for a minute. I might take a peek and see what's down in that Umbral portal, because sometimes you can get good territory down there. But for now, I can at least chill and get a little extra healing out of that. Tridale has been my crappiest city this whole game, but it has potential to be probably my best city, because it's got the Firehearth Foundry, it's got the Golden Gate, it's got the Rumbling Prison, it's got the Dragon Spine. Yeah, it's got the Dragon Spine, it's got another Golden Lair, it's got the Glutton's Fane, it's got friggin' everything. And I'm kind of collecting Imperium so I can just buy tiles with it. I am going to go ahead and get... You know what? I'm gonna save that actually. We're gonna hang on to that. Although I need this to go that way eventually anyway. I'm gonna be buying tiles regardless, so I guess I'll just take a research post on it. This does get me closer to getting the ability to make dragons, which is probably the most important thing of this city. In fact, I could attract population and get that ability now. Oh, I'm going to want to do that because these guys... Kilval here apparently seems to think that they own this area because they've got an army all the way down here. And normally if an enemy... One way to tell if they're eyeing a province or annexing it seems to be if they put armies on it, at least from my own personal experience. So like I'd have to send a hero to talk to them and be like, hey, I want this mana node, please leave. So I'm just going to spend the extra Imperium now and buy that. I guess I'll just take another research post. And then I'll be able to get the Glutton's Fane when it's done. But now, more importantly, I can start making dragons. Fire dragons, which... Oh, wait, it does require the Town Hall 4. That makes sense, I guess. How far am I away from that? Let's go ahead and put it in the queue. Ahead of that, I will hurry the Hall of Geomantic Resonance, and I will probably end up hurrying this on the next turn. Because I want to make fire dragons. I think it sounds like fun. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and add a work camp here sooner rather than later so that I can get that Balor out here. And in the meantime, party at Arvik's place. He is looking a little sad up here. There's not a lot left. Okay, well, we can take care of this little nuisance. And I'm actually going to stand on that teleporter so that they can't... Oh, I might not be able to. Do I have... No, I don't have favorable winds. Who's got the Siege Breaker stuff? I think you do and Hephaestus does. So, what I could do is swap heroes around here a little bit. Oh wait, no, that guy's totally out of movement. He's stuck where he's at. Alright, well, you know what? If they want to send reinforcements through, that's fine. That means they're not going somewhere else. They're instead going to my most powerful army. And how much defense does this city have? 50? Devastator Spheres might actually make a difference here. 22. Yeah, it will. Gives me 25. Makes that a 2-turn siege. So let's do that. Shaper's Touch is done. We'll go ahead and grab Titan of the Earth. And also, probably more important for me to be casting that. So let's get that done. Okay, and I did add those boots already to my hero. Okay, so we got the siege going on Sandholm. So Arvik's capital is under siege. Purple's capital is under siege. And that would just leave Fiala. Poor lonely Fiala with no friends. I think the one that I'm most excited to get out of the way right now is Van Ira. I just hate fighting this Umbral stuff. It's like got annoying strategies, and I guess that's the point. It's supposed to not be directly overwhelmingly powerful. It's just irritating. Kind of sneaky, underhanded tactics, all that kind of stuff. But it's been bothering me, and I want it out of the way. Should probably see if Fiala's active over here yet. Nope, and we're already back at the Independence. I think these guys are just about ready to tap out. Okay, well, I could probably... You know what I should probably do? Instead of exploring that, I should probably go to that teleporter and interrupt this, just to secure my city-states, so that I don't have to retake it later. That's something this army can do. Yeah, we got a little nuisance group that's probably going to pillage stuff, but that's okay. Okay, Spelljammer Ruins. That's what I like to see. You go here. How's my scout doing? You, still getting that golden layer? Awesome. I guess this guy can go in here. I'm just waiting on, should probably add him to one of these armies, actually. Just kind of waiting on that teleporter to get set up to get that Balor out to Hephaestus, so it can start doing some good. Where can I build this? You already got all the food buildings, so I don't really need foresters anymore. Got a mine there. I guess I could build the Great Foundry here, or here. Either one would work. I don't think either of these have anything else on them that would allow me to... Yeah, they're just straight up forests. I can't do anything else with them, so... let's go ahead and build the Great Foundry, just because that's slightly more gold income. I can actually put it here. It's probably better, because I think the Giant Forum will benefit from it, for being a unique province improvement. And, okay, good news. Kilval's actually a vassal now. Like, for real, not just a tributary or a grumpy friend. And we're already at the end of that turn. We are just flying through this. Oh, hey, look who showed up. Fiala's out here. And it was the teleporter. You know what? That's okay. I think we're going to destroy all of that. Let's see if I can find the weak points, which looks like that army of 4 there. We can get an advantage here. Yeah. This'll work. You have been remarkably just all over the place. She was protecting Yellow, she was protecting Arvik. Yeah, she was interfering with Arvik, she was interfering with Nikareth, and she was also active out to the west trying to go after my city-state. Fiala has been everywhere. Okay, what do we got here? 20% magic damage. Good magic equipment, but I'm already kind of stacked on all that stuff, so I'm just gonna get rid of it. Let's go here and here. Might be worth looking at spending some of my extra Imperium actually to getting another hero. We'll see. I want to use it to expand Tridale quite a bit, so I'm gonna end up spending a lot on recruiting new population. Now, I would prefer to keep Hephaestus in the middle of all of this. However, I need to make sure he gets back adjacent to Sandholm, because if you see when I move him away, it becomes a 2-turn siege, so we gotta make sure that he can come back. But he should be able to be front and center. I'm attacking with him because I want his stack to be in the middle for this fight. Alright, nice try, Fiala. But, I'm afraid that's just not gonna happen. And I don't need this guy here, so we're gonna get him out of the way before he allows them to split my stacks. And he can go here and stand on the teleporter to prevent anyone from coming through it. He doesn't need to be next to the city for the sake of the siege. Ritualist leveled up again. Probably getting this one that strengthens units that he heals is good, so we'll take that. Okay, one more turn for Sandholm. Fiala's been once again crushed into little pieces, and then it's just Van Ira down here with the actual real Van Ira instead of the mirror reflection that I keep running into. I also get Shaper's Touch on the next turn, which is going to make all my stuff a lot harder to kill. I don't know if I need to worry about checking over here for Fiala anymore. She seems to be active pretty much everywhere else but here. It's not giving me the quest notification of, like, go after Fiala's capital so that it tells me where it is. But I think that might only work if you take her capital and don't know where their leader is. I think that's when the little quest thing pops up that prompts you, tells you where their leader is, to prevent them from hiding. That happened in one of my old Age of Wonders 3 games. We couldn't find Santa Claus was one of my enemies, and we couldn't find him. He was hiding in the underground. But then he got mauled to death by trolls, so it was okay. That was maybe the funniest Age of Wonders game I've ever played, or at least the funniest way it ever ended. That was years ago, though, at this point, in the last game. I tasted 128 dawns. Look at all this fog crap everywhere. I guess Hornward's still got that Feywater Pond. Yep. Hornward is huge. My gosh, they've got a lot of territory. It extends from here all the way to here. That's a huge city. That is absurdly huge. That almost extends a third of the way across the map with one city. Okay, before I do anything, let's go ahead and get Shaper's Touch active. Nice. Once again, I'm going to, for cosmetic purposes, disable it, because I just don't really care for the floating runes over people's heads. And let's see. This should be fairly easy to deal with. Hello?
Huh?
You cannot be here. Okay, I'm just gonna... I guess I'll take that one just because it's 2 tier 4 items and one's a crossbow. Maybe if I get a ranger it'll be useful. Don't need this guy. I'll just focus on leveling up the knights that I have already. Actually, maybe I should have kept him. I could have swapped him out for one of these extra liege guards and had another tier 4 unit that I was working on, but oh well, too late now. I'm gonna back these guys off again. I probably need to see... You know what, let's wait there for now. I need to see if I'm being invaded from anywhere else. Actually, they do need to go back down here, but they can't get to that teleporter, so they'll have to go to this one. And I'm not sure that they can all make it through. Yeah, they can't quite make it through. So we'll get over there on the next turn. I don't think there's any reason to be in too much of a hurry here. Okay, that golden layer is mine. Or will soon be. I'm going to go ahead and expand the population to grab it. And Scout, you have more than done your job. Well done. I believe the city should still grow, and in fact, I'm just going to do this and get the farm there that I wanted. I'm just going to be very liberal with how I expand the city's territory. Do I want a mine? A quarry? The city might benefit more from quarries. I am going to hurry production on this. I'm going to go ahead and grab a quarry here for the moment. I guess I'll let them build the farmstead, because that's going to help with growth, although I seem to just be more than happy to spam Imperium to get all these wonders, which will grant me more Imperium. Hang on, I'm going to keep doing this because I have so dang much. Oh, I can't attract population down here, though, unfortunately. I wanted to get this next. That's okay. We'll get it on the next go-around. I just won't expand the borders anymore on this turn. Okay, so I gotta get back down there to deal with Van Ira, because she's being a little pest. You can go back to my capital, probably. Yeah, let's take this top route, though. Yep, that'll work. And we got some more nuisances down here. I think the Balor I can get out. Oh, that looks weird. Snow next to ice and snow next to lava. Somebody spreading the cold. I think the Balor I can get out here now, but I won't be able to actually quite get it with Hephaestus' army for this fight, but I will be able to do it after. So let's knock Arvik out here. Yeah, this should be a fairly clean wipe. It does have a lot of heroes in there. Okay, well, we took some damage, but it doesn't matter because he is just about done for. I'm gonna get rid of all that. I don't need any of that. And with this, we should... Come on. There we go. No more Arvik. More Imperium. I just keep expanding Tridale at an absurdly fast rate. Okay, I want that Balor to be with Hephaestus, I think. So I'm gonna send the injured guy home. He can go here with that guy. And then Balor, friend, can come this way. Actually, I might want to consider... I don't think the Balor needs to move there, because I think Hephaestus' army is going to go somewhere else, probably. Use that teleporter to leave. I don't think there's any reason for them to stay up here. I may as well start hunting for Fiala. At one point, I think it gave me the notification that Fiala has returned. I'm going to just vassal that. And then I clicked on it, and it panned down to somewhere in the southeast underground. So I think that's where I need to be heading. I just don't have a teleporter down there anywhere. Probably... Okay, province is being pillaged. I know about that one. Let's make sure I'm aware of all these. There's that one. I'm going to deal with that shortly. Handle war with Arvik City. We'll just make peace with everybody. Province was pillaged by your vassal city. That's great. More war parties on the way. Alignment changed. So city was released as a vassal. Okay. I'm now neutral because I am burning things down. No more Arvik. Outpost got the work camp. I got... Okay, let's see if it's in here somewhere. Ruler has withdrawn. Ruler remains have been collected. I'm looking for anyone returning to their throne city. Would be Fiala. Okay, I don't think any of those have the information I want in them. So Fiala might still be in the void. I think we can check that by... Yeah, Fiala's still in the void. So I need to pay attention to when Fiala comes back so that I know where to look for. In the meantime, I think actually taking Hephaestus' army down here is probably a good enough starting point to start searching from. Actually, you know what? Taking it here would be better. Because then I can run... I think there's a path that goes down through these caves, and that's probably where I'm going to find her. Either way would be just as fast, I think, because I could go this way and then go south. So we're going to pop Hephaestus' army out down here, I think. That'll also put them in friendly territory so they can heal. And they do kind of need it. So that seems like the next best step. Make sure everybody's got enough movement. You got enough, you got enough. Okay. So Hephaestus, you come down this way to the underground near Tellus Fork. Go here. And then we add his Balor. New best friend. Take you. And come also down to Tellus Fork. And then finally... kind of want them to get out of the way, but yeah, this will work. Just have to remember they're kind of split up funny. And then last but not least, we'll get the Ritualist also down to Tellus Fork. Now it's possible this all changes once Fiala comes back and I can figure out where I need to go to intercept her most effectively, but for the moment this should be fine. Let's see, this is my Hester the Dagger. I think this is my warrior. Yeah, this is my warrior. I could see Amplify Chaos being useful. I never remember to use it, but I could see it being useful. So we'll take it. I'm still going to continue to focus on things like getting Frenzy and critical damage and stuff like that, though. Just generally making them more powerful. This would put their melee strike at 40% crit chance. This one maybe not as important. Getting hastened is nice, but otherwise... healing isn't really going to matter with the Liege Guards around, so I might pass up on that. Yeah, I think there's other stuff I would rather get. For now... oh wait, hang on. Cancel that. I want this, but I also want Meteor Strikes. Oh yeah, I have to still select this though to get the extra point. Master of Chaos, yes. And then I will take the Frenzy bonus. So we're really stacking damage output on that warrior there. Okay. They've already got haste boost because they're using a spear. Remains collected. Collected, captured. And I got my major ambition on that guy for sieging a capital, so he gets free summons now. One per battle. Those Devastator Sphere things, or whatever they are. Where's Van Iris capital? There it is. Alright, let's see if Fiala comes back. They're dropping real fast now. Once Logar went down, it was all over. I mean, technically, I guess Sanguine went down first, but Sanguine wasn't as big of a problem or as much in the way as Logar was. Oh, it looks like they were binding those trees or whatever, that aura around that. Maybe they were trying to get the magic victory. Gonna be a little too late though for you, I'm afraid. Look at the size of that sword. That's absurd. That is like extends the entire length of the city. Imagine if you lived in New York and somebody with a sword as long as Manhattan Island just came walking up out of the Atlantic. Why is it taking so long for the Van Ira to do her turn? What are you doing? You don't have any units. I feel like the AI got stuck on something. There we go. Now it's doing something. Maybe if I look away, it'll go faster. We'll go underground. Alright, well, where is Fiala? Let's try to figure that out. Because you can kind of do this fog scouting to look through cave passages and stuff. My thinking is probably go through here, go south. There is something glowing down there, not sure what that is. And this is really the only cavern that could have a city in it in the southeast corner. The only other place would be for her to be up here, but I don't see a lot of evidence of her being over there, so... Opponents are moving. What are you doing? Her turn is taking forever. There we go, finally. Alright. Yeah, it's gotta be this cavern, right? There's no way it's anywhere else. And if it is, then the fastest route probably is to go straight through my own vassal's territory and just build a road down there and go after it with Hephaestus. Okay, they took forever on their turns, but I think we're finally almost done. The independents are moving, and then we should be able to continue sometime today, hopefully. Okay, bread and circuses. A local tournament is hosted by Obsidian Forge. I get money. I get draft, don't need that. I get city stability, don't really need that. I get a primal charger, don't need that. I guess I'll take city stability. I don't need money. I'm swimming in money. I'm like a very angry Scrooge McDuck. Let's see. You know, there is an advantage to Warbreeds, is because they do have Siegebreaker. Pretty sure they do. But there are better things I could be getting here. You know what, though? I do kind of want to have the Warbreed. I got most of what I wanted out of my Tier 5 tome. There's still stuff in there that I'd like, so I'll take the Warbreed. I might build like one and put it... My thinking is build one Warbreed and put it with the army... Oh, no, wait. You know what? I changed my mind. There's something way better I can get. More reliable. Let's shuffle research. Do I have the Imperium thing that makes that cheaper? Yeah, let's get that. Because I might have to do this for a little while. Shuffle research, there we go. It's not Tectonic Shatter, it's Earth Shatter Engines, there we go. A better siege project that does 5 fortification damage. That'll allow me to use that instead of Devastator Spheres and break through people's walls a turn faster. Because there's been multiple times I've gone up against a city that had 40 defense, and I had Devastator Spheres that gives me 13 total, and I end up with 39, and I'm 1 point away from being able to break through in 3 turns. I'm kind of tired of that happening. Oh, look who's back. You just won't give up, will you? Well, unfortunately, you're running into the big guns this time. Domain has been invaded. I really want to make sure... Okay, that was probably Van Ira moving around. Yeah, okay, that's fine. First things first, I'm going to... Well, first things first, I need to... There, here we go. This is what I need to know. Duberg, right there. Okay, we know where it is. We can go after it. The quickest way is actually going to be straight south, so that is the plan. I am going to send these guys at a different angle, though. Hephaestus' army will continue as they were, but these armies I want to go over here, the ones that were with her. There we go. So we can kind of go at him from two different angles here. And then Hephaestus, you just go straight south and start building that road. Or your friend here can. Actually, I probably should have just built the road through all that. Yeah, just do that. There we go. Okay, we can't go any further. So we'll check that off there. And just loop around and go straight at Fiala. Might be able to... This episode's going to end up being a little longer, but it seems pointless to, like, cut it off here, because I think I'm going to have it finished. Like, if I cut it off, the next episode is going to end up being super short. So we might just have a long one this week, but that's okay. This battle against Van Ira could be a little ugly, but I might just accept losses for favor of knocking her out of the game and getting the auto combat, because it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to worry about losing individual units at this point. I am going to send these guys back. Does this city have the ability to grow again? Not yet, but... Oh wait, yeah it does, because I paid for it. Now these are both still being pillaged, so I can't do anything about them. But I can get to that other wonder in their territory, so I can go up here and take that for slightly more Imperium income. Then I'm going to move these guys back to the capital. Or, actually, I might take them somewhere else. I think I'm going to take these guys down here as well. Put them on that bridge there. And where's my scout? Did he make it back? Yeah, I think the scout's already nestled in somewhere. I don't remember where I put him, but it's not really that important. Oh, there he is. That's where he wound up. Yeah, you can just go back and chill in the city, I guess. We'll put you here and put the scout back there. Okay, now if you could just not take an eternity on your turn, that would be nice. Van Ira is still very active in multiple locations on the map. Oh wait, we're not done yet. Oh crap, I forgot. She's just sitting on Tellus Fork again. Well, that's not going to matter, because all those units are going to disappear shortly. So, I might actually send... You know what I'm going to do? Just in case I need to retake it. We are going to send an army through. And it could include that guy, actually, I think. Can we get back to Tellus Fork with them? Yes, we can. Okay, I'm just going to send some of my extras that way. My extra armies are starting to look pretty scary at this point. There we go. Now, just in case, I've got stuff here to deal with that. I just happened to remember that I didn't do anything about that because I was originally planning on running through it going this way. But now we know where Fiala is. Unfortunately for her. Alright, well, you broke my teleporter. How does it make you feel? Oh, I forgot I can build my dragons. They're going to be coming online a little late to matter, but this is why I really wanted to get Celestial Haven much earlier in the game. Because if I could have secured those dragons in combination with the Firehearth Foundry, I would have been much better off. Okay, we are getting attacked, but we don't have to worry about the Spelljammer again. However, this is going to be a pretty big battle. And I might have some casualties. But depending on who it is, I might just say I don't care. I don't really want to lose a hero, though. Let's see, how long has this episode been going on? Let's just do this one ourselves. Because, honestly, yeah, this episode's been going on for a while, but I haven't really done that much manual combat. And it's probably going to be the final episode of the series, so why not have some fun? Besides, I missed last week, so having an extra long episode this week is okay, I guess.
Hey.
Alright, what I want to do first is take out the towers, if I can. So let's start trying to get lucky shots on them. Fortunately, that seems to be working in my favor. Big man with big sword is on the way. Can't quite reach that. Let's break that thing's retaliation.
Hey.
Did I just hit? I didn't even hit the tower. I think I hit the wall by accident. I think I targeted the wrong thing. Was that a crit? That was a crit. Just knocked the tower out in one shot. Wait, back you off. I want you here. There we go. That's better, because then he can guard both of them. Yeah, make sure we get all the liege guards linked up. Although some of them can't, because they got stunned. Yeah, a lot of my stuff got stunned and is locked in place. Hey, would you guys stop with the infighting? And the going crazy? It's getting annoying. Well, this is a little too good to pass up. Let's hit 3 heroes with that. And then let's drop lava burst right on top of all of that. Oh, that felt good. Okay, now they're all on fire. I don't even need to hardly enter the city walls. Heck, this guy can do even more damage from back here. I think they're gonna die from status effects. Alright, well, when they get done playing around, maybe they can come help fight. Ooh, I got my catapults too. How far can you shoot? Can you lava? Oh, that's a dead hero if I hit that. Yep, let's drop it right there. And then this one can hit that tower. Did I just crit the tower with a catapult? I didn't think they would do that. It didn't look like it was going to die in one hit, but it did, unless the catapults just have more damage that I wasn't aware of against fortifications. Let's do a nice big hit there. It should get their attention. And maybe move the archer there and defend. That archer's a little beat up. What are you using? Arcane Restoration. So she's trying to heal. He just died from burning. Okay. Let's see, we got that Calamity Dragon up there. I would like to deal with that if I can. And I probably... Well, let's see. Can I reach anything with Wildfire here? I can if I pull that guy to that spot, but it might pull the Phoenix instead. And honestly, it would only hit a few units, so I think the mage is better off just moving up and attacking normally on this turn. Yeah, probably better off just doing that. This guy can mess some stuff up. Let's do that. I want to start hitting the Calamity Dragon in the back there, getting status effects on him. I will go ahead and hit the Phoenix a few times just because he's the only thing that Archer can reliably hit. Defend the hero. Defend the cavalry. I don't see a reason to go charging into their lines here. I'm gonna kind of play it a little safe. Now that these two are done goofing around, they can come join the battle. And I might drop another lava burst on them if it'll kill anyone. Or I think it might be better. Ooh, I got Titan of the Earth too. I forgot about that. Which for some reason costs 49 combat casting points. That's a little odd. In fact, I'm getting a discount on some of this stuff. I think I want to drop a lava burst up here because it'll set burning on a lot of this stuff. Yeah. Burning and slowed is good. Also, can you do a fire evocation from there? No, not quite. That mirror mimic's gonna come and be a problem, I think. Let's go ahead and drop this here while I can. And do you have a long-range shot? You do. Displace their phase beast. I think I'm just gonna end the turn here and see what they do. Because right now they're just sort of letting me walk all over them. Because they seem unwilling to come out of their walls. Okay, that mage should be able to do a pretty big wildfire next turn. I will have to get the enemies out of his face, though. Okay, now it looks like they're actually being aggressive here. Good, this is what I wanted. Okay, I want you... Actually, I got my catapult. Oh wait, that catapult's got a thing on it. I'm gonna throw this here. It'll kill the archer in the back. I got my other one here too. Let's see what we can hit with that. I think right there looks good. Okay, now I want to get rid of the... Actually, I want to get rid of these guys. The bird isn't looking at my mage, but these guys are, and they're blocking him from... Oh wait, that's an easy enough fix. Looks like I can just kill him with the knight. I think I might want the knight to do something else, though. So we'll kill them that way. This leaves the mage open to do a wildfire, which actually is not going to be as effective as I was hoping. I think the mage will once again be better off just shooting something normally. If I move the archers 2 spaces, I think they can kill him. So let's do that. Oh, he moved. That's okay. Yeah, because the knight can still finish him. And you can hit the bird a few times. The bird is routing, so I don't need to worry about it. It doesn't really matter if stuff routes in this battle, but I do kind of want to kill Van Ira personally. Let's see, can I get to... Yeah, I'm just gonna do this. There's a spider for you. Oh, I forgot. I'm gonna phase away. That's why they're called phase beasts. Well, not much that I can do there. I'm just gonna move the mage. He's still bonded to his. Oh wait, he can't even do that. I can hit the dragon with him. I'll do that. And how about up here? Can I get to Vanira? I bet if I kill her, this all ends. And I indeed can. I can do this to quick phase here, and then do a big old explosion. Which, actually, this is better. Oh, Grace. Oh, that's annoying. Alright, fine. How about you? How much damage can you do? How many stacks of Grace do you have? Is that the last one? Well, we'll get through it eventually. I think at this point we can just full charge. Could even... Oh, there we go. It was... all of it was being absorbed by the dragon because of the link. I forgot about that. Okay, well, the dragon's dead, so now Vanira's about done. Okay, who's left over here? What can we do? I think, not much. All that stuff's gonna run. Vanira's like one of the only people who isn't, so... And the Calamity Dragon. Actually, the Calamity Dragon's running too. It's these guys back here that are still all good. No, I don't, because... I wanted to show Vanira the new big cool sword I got. Okay, that was worth it. Those guys are not worried about. There we go. And the mirror mimic is revealed, which we'll just try. Okay, was that necessary? No. Was it fun? Yes. Because I really just wanted to smack Vanira with that giant sword. Anyone else reach that thing? I guess you guys can. Pretty sure that astral serpent down there is a combat summon, so it should just disappear once I kill the rest of this stuff. Yep. And with that, Vanira is no longer a thing. Oh wait, no, never mind. Still technically in the game. Although, should be in the void. Is she gonna take forever? No, wait, actually we're on Fiala's turn now. Okay, yeah, they're progressing. Okay. I'm probably not gonna need any of that, so let's just dismiss that. And doesn't really matter what I do, how I attack this. It's gonna bring in a 1 stack no matter what, so this should be a walk in the park compared to the last battle. Yep. Don't care about any of that. And now it's all these guys versus one poor fool. No more Van Ira. We're throwing an awful lot of parades. Imperium, Imperium, Imperium. And I'm going to vassalize that. And probably get rid of this tier 1 archer that it gave me. And get rid of this tier 2 bannermen. Don't need them. And get rid of the pyromancer. Alright. Now, who can I make peace with? Oh, my mage leveled up. I think I was going for this one, yeah. 10% bonus damage against targets with several different negative status effects, including burning. It's obviously pretty important. Also, just in time for the boots, the mage just reached Paragon of Materium, so we can get that. Select Ancient of Earth. Confirm. Now he's a very big man. He's already got fast movement on his boots, though, so I guess we're good there. Who else doesn't? We could give it to this guy. It's not as important on a shield unit, though. I think I actually like him being a bit tankier. Having a little extra defense and whatever else that grants. I could give it to this guy. That's a pretty big upgrade for him. And it'll help him run around the battlefield and heal stuff faster. I might actually not need any more of those. I was thinking the mage didn't already have it. Hephaestus gets fast movement from from something else. What is it that gives him the faster movement? I feel like it's one of these that does it, but maybe I'm thinking of something else. Maybe the giants just have 40? I don't remember. I didn't think they actually did start with 40, but maybe they do. I'm overlooking something. I'm pretty sure I had to upgrade something to get that extra speed for him, but I don't remember what it was. In any case, Van Ira's been defeated. Which means some of my problems down here are resolved. Not all of them, clearly. Okay, here we go. Handle war with Van Ira's remaining city. There are a lot of them. Okay. Some of this might clear out the guys that are invading me. Didn't even know that one was over there. Stronghold sent a war party, but I think they might be chill now? The ones that I'm hoping are chill are the ones down by Tridale. Are you guys done? No, that's Winterfold. I think I'm still at war with them. Alright, we'll go deal with it. Alright, head south, everybody. Okay. And I'm going to leave a stack of units here in Nebular Sanctum. Near that teleporter there. And probably just forget about them. And enable road building. We have to go visit our friends over here. We're going to have a giant-to-giant, heart-to-heart conversation about being good neighbors. Okay, yep, all those units disappeared. Tellus Fork is fine. Yep, they're still a tributary, so I don't need to go step on them to recapture them or anything. I guess I'll just send these guys down this way. They were the extras in my capital, but I don't think I need them up there anymore. And you can become... Oh yeah, you're already being a tributary. I don't know that I need to do anything else. I guess I could just go after Thunderdale here, and... I mean, I could actually pay them for peace, but... Fiala's gonna get them soon anyway, so I may as well just go capture them. The Mage's army doesn't have anything better to do at this point, so they're basically done.
Hey.
Man, I have trouble selecting things over and through cities sometimes. Okay. So, how are we doing here? I'm gonna expand the borders differently. I just need to get all the stuff out of Tridale's territory. I'm good with the slip-away boots. I actually do need another one of those runes of command. But I think I'm good on the boots for now. I might make one more pair, because there's somebody who... No, actually, I think everybody who has them, who needs them, has them. So I do know for sure that I want one more of these. Commander's Ankh of Fire. I'll just do the one with True Sight. I'm not sure that matters, but I'm too lazy to check to see if someone else in that army also has True Sight. So captured, collected, new rally. I'm not even going to bother with that, but I totally could if I want to. And Tridale can produce stuff. We'll go ahead and go with the basalt excavation. I guess Tridale is building a lot of buildings. I think I just finished the town hall. So let's go ahead and make fire dragons. Hooray! Let's go ahead and hurry one, just because we can. I'm just gonna make an army of fire dragons just for fun. Maybe I can catch up with Hephaestus actually, if they're quick. Yeah, they could, if they're quick. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm totally gonna do that. Let's get one fire dragon in on this. 'Cause why not? Alright, Fiala, it's just you and me. It's gonna be a long episode, but we're just gonna wrap this one up. Which is good timing, too, because the new DLC comes out on November 11th. So obviously I'm not gonna do a video as you're watching this. I'm not gonna do it on the week prior to November 11th, because why would I start something when there's new content coming around? I think I might put a vote on my channel page, what you guys want to see. There's essentially kind of two options for the culture I'm going to be playing. Obviously, I'm going to be a Vampire Lord. I think everybody knows that, because, you know, that's the new stuff and I want to check it out. But I could either do the Architect culture, or I could try to do the revised Dark culture, because it seems like Dark culture is getting a rework, if I understand correctly. So, it'll be one of those two cultures. Dark themes seems to thematically fit cooler with vampires, I think, but architect culture is very good and is actually become one of my favorite builds. So I don't know how it'll pair with the vampire leaders and stuff, but I think it could be very cool. So let's see, what do we have an overabundance of here? Probably we could drop another Liege Guard, I think. Yeah, we got a lot of Liege Guards. Let's drop one and replace him with a dragon. We're gonna build roads, so. What a mess of a road. We'll send the dragon down with you. You can build road all the way to this point.
Hey.
You can go a little further. Okay, great. And you can go here. The dragon might actually not be as good as a fully promoted Liege Guard at this stage of the game, but it's cool, and the cool factor makes up for it. We got all these guys coming down. Let's get rid of this crap down here. Please get out of my territory. You guys are being a nuisance. Don't need that. I have better pikes that I custom made. And these guys just got here just in time to not... Oh wait, I guess they can contribute. Excellent. Because if I clear these guys out on this turn, then I can actually clean things up in this city. Okay. Disenchant that. Now I can actually repair. I'm just going to go through here to make sure I don't miss something. Provinces. Where's the repair all provinces button? Why is that not? Wait. What am I missing here? I know there's a repair all provinces button. Is it? No, I'm still being invaded. That's the issue. Oh, is that on the surface? I think that's on the surface. Yeah, it's those guys. Okay. Get out of my territory. Gosh. Okay, well, we'll just keep producing crap in Tridale. Mint, I guess? I don't know. Oh, good. We're going to have Earthshatter engines in time for the final siege. This kind of worked out really well in terms of timing. It got just long enough for me to get my tier 5 tome and my endgame stuff just in time for the final sieges. So if I had stronger research and got that all online earlier, this would have probably been a lot easier, but didn't really pan out that way, so that's okay. I don't know what I want to build here. I don't know, just anything. It doesn't matter at this point in the game. Hey, we can see Helden? That's not what I thought we were going after. Where's her capital? Maybe her capital is just to the east of it. That's possible. I hope it's not too far away. I don't really want this to become a 4-hour episode. I will if I need to make it a 4-hour episode, but I don't really want it to be. I do have other things to do today. Okay, I'll drop a quick save just in case we run into any weird crashes and stuff. I mean, you do have a Umbral portal access there. I think I might put most of my other armies on defense at this point, because I don't want to have to move them around in between turns. Hey, get off of that. That's mine. Probably we'll have all these guys just go hang out in Tridale and not really do anything else. Province is being pillaged. Yes, I am aware of that. Probably just have the mage army go siege that city down there. Get these guys back in Tridale so they can stop asking for orders. Got my Earth Shatter engines, and I think that's pretty much everything I needed. I don't know, is there anything else in here that I want? Crucible battlements are kind of cool, I guess. I've got all my important stuff at this point, so nothing else really matters too much. Might actually make that foundry now if this city can grow. Yeah, I'll do it over here. That at least gets it a slight bonus. It's not substantial, but it'll work. Winterford sent a war party. Equilon sent a war party. Hasperton sent a war party. Okay. Alright, your days are numbered. It really looked like Fiala came back to Helden. Unless she spawned it, unless her capital is nearby and she moved from her capital to Helden on that turn, which is possible. And if that's the case, her capital should be just to the east, I think. She's sending a lot of stuff through that Umbral portal, though. I don't know what she's doing or where she is. Having Farsight on that ritualist would actually be kind of handy right now. Alright, well, we'll build the road as far as I can and try to connect up with all this crap. What do you have here? I may as well start a siege on this, but it's not my final target here. Let's see, that's 30. If I add siege projects, I can do... I think I can make this a one-turn siege. If I do the tectonic thing, tower bombardment, close that, and then I just need to get Hephaestus's army close enough. I think. Actually, yeah, because he's got the siege breaker thing. That's at 21. Actually, I don't think it'll be enough for one turn. Favorable winds. Got lucky that they didn't have a spelljammer here. That drops it down to a 27. Dang. Just not quite enough. They'll probably attack me, though. So I might need a turn to chill for a second and heal. I don't care where all these units are anymore. Just get in the city. Just have a dragon sitting around not doing anything. Just because I can. How these guys are managing to be so dang annoying when their empires are falling apart is beyond me. actually kind of useful item, but I'm not really doing much in the Umbral. In fact, I really haven't done anything in the Umbral terrain in this series. I don't know if I've even gone into it once. I could look. Maybe I popped my head in here, and that was about the extent of it. Actually, I don't think I did. I think I just stood on it at some point, and so I kind of could see down it. Okay, well, get rid of those guys, because they are being extremely irritating. Actually, do it with just a fast unit. I'll have my horse do it. We'll get a Mr. Knight. Okay, now, I should be able to repair all provinces now. Thank goodness. I don't know if I can expand city borders beyond pillaged provinces, so we'll hold off on any further upgrades for the moment. And get these guys down to where they can solve this problem. Alright, who is this? Grain. It's a big sword guy. So we will get him that extra flanking damage just because I think it'd be funny for him to teleport behind someone and just do a massive hit with that sword. And we're at the end of the turn. So we're flying through the turns here, but we just need to find Fiala's capital. So what's bugging me? Alright, here comes the counterattack. There's Fiala. Should be fine here. They don't even have a spelljammer, so... I don't think Fiala is a good counter build for Hephaestus. But we'll see. No, didn't even touch anything really. Okay, you gonna try again? We're going again. With the B team. Thinking about it. Gotta process all their units that are getting smoked. There we go. Oh, and that broke down their city's walls. So I don't have to spend the extra turn sieging it anyway. Okay, this is also fine. Nice try, they didn't even scratch me. Okay. I don't think I need that. I think I'm good without the Inferno Puppy. I'm gonna disenchant all of this. I don't care about any of that. Ring of Arrow Warding. That's actually good. I'm gonna take that ring. That would be good for Grain. Personal Curse. I don't care if my relations with Salazdom drop, because they're already my vassal. So I will do the good guy action. Or I could get just city stability boost. That would give all cities of your empire city stability. I'd take that. Okay. So, where was I? I can get another tome. At this point, it's kind of fun because you can just start mix and matching whatever you want. For example, one that would be very good for me that I didn't pick up along the way is the Tome of the Dreadnought, which has warding metals in it. And given all my shields, 32 total, giving them all warded, which I think is like 2 more resistance, would be pretty... 3 resistance, actually, would be pretty dang good. And and defense against magic. Oh, the defense wouldn't matter as much, but basically you're defending against magic attacks. That's pretty good. The only problem is Fiala's the person I'm fighting, and that doesn't really help as much against the kind of stuff she'd be throwing at me. So it might be worth it to do the Tome of Evocation, actually, and just get lightning focus for my battle mages. I think that's a good choice here. We're dropping all the way back to a tier 1 tome, but I think it's worth it just because I'm fighting so many gold golems, and that's going to help deal with them. So
just as you may effectively utilize.
it gave me lightning blades. That's still better. Yeah, that's still fine. I'll take it. I feel like I'm forgetting to do something here something that popped into my head after this initial battle down here. And oh yeah, I was gonna give Grain that ring, the better one version, because that gives him True Sight and Vicious Killer. But I would rather have Wind Barrier on somebody like him, make him harder to hit with range attacks. I think Wind Barrier is just really good. Okay, and now we can finally do create Earth Shatter engines and make this a proper 3-turn siege instead of 4. Okay, everybody else just chill there. I'm gonna go get this back. I might just have them camp on it, actually, if Fiala wants to send stuff through this way. And I'm gonna have that dragon go down and join her, because why not? We'll drop somebody else out of her armies. He's technically actually part of who's the guy who's got the crossed axes? Is that you? Which house are you? Yeah, the dragons, though, it doesn't really matter. They're really powerful anyway. I'm just not sure. I would like to know which house that is. Who's the governor of this city? Is it Grain? Grain Shepherd, yeah, okay. So the dragons logically would go with him, but it doesn't really matter that much. But they are technically a part of his house, so they would get a lot of extra health. Okay, now back to this group here. Let's finish this bit off. Should be easy unless that Tyrant Knight dies. Not Tyrant Knight. Just Night Knight. There we go. Looking good. Dismiss all of those. And take the city. Yeah, their capital must be in that big chamber a little further down the road. I'm just going to keep marching. I don't want to waste time. I know my armies are a bit beat up, but they're going to have to power through it, because this is the home stretch. Okay, Tridel produce the mint. We're going to build crucible battlements just because it seems like it'd be cool in that city. Actually, we're going to build stone walls because that makes more sense. There we go. I'll just hurry them. Obsidian Forge actually can grow again. The city is getting pretty big now. We're at 25 pop. I think I was not expanding out top there. I guess we'll just get another farm. Doesn't really matter. Clover hero leveled up. Who is this? The Ritualist again. He's leveling quickly. I guess I'll give him the fire damage on base attacks. Could probably get those plant bonuses on the left tree too. I probably should be getting those. Even though I tend to set plants on fire, but that actually doesn't matter anymore because it doesn't matter if the plants are on fire, I won't burn in them. Tireless Retaliation on Enid the Boar, who has Defensive Master. This is my defender elitist, I think. No, it's her. Oh, the defender with the spear, the big fortifying governor of Nebular Sanctum. Okay. So she is with this army, I think. I think it's her. Yeah. So she can now attack as much as she wants, go into defense mode because she has defensive masters, and has unlimited retaliations while in defense mode. Very good combination. And I also do have this item for someone. Whoever doesn't have one of these Ankh things, I'm going to give it to them. I know one hero didn't. It was you. I'm going to replace it with that feather. Okay. And I might make one more pair of those boots, because I feel like maybe I need an extra set. I don't remember, and I'm too lazy to check, and I have more resources than I'll ever need, so I'll just keep making items for the sake of expediting the rest of this. City released as vassal, and look whose capital it is over there. So it was where I thought it was, it's just she moved. Army of Hephaestus was found invading our domain. Okay, took care of that, I think, already, so. Capital can build a channeling tower, I guess. Let's do that. I'm going to put it here because it'll benefit the giant forum, I think. Slightly less research on that, but... Wait, hang on. What does the channeling tower actually do? No, we don't need that. I would rather have the research post. Cancel that. I don't even need that. Yeah, because I've already got the Spelljammer. That's the only conduit I need in this city. I just put the Crucible battlements in any cities that don't have them. Okay, they will probably retake Helden, but that doesn't matter. I don't care if they have Helden. I've got my sights set on the capital. And I think I just did, I think I've done enough damage to these guys over the past several turns that it's going to take a minute for them to get their armies back. I don't anticipate a huge amount of resistance. Okay, they just broke their own walls sallying out, so I will just walk in and take that. I think that was ill-advised. Disenchant that. Turn him into a vassal, and go kill these guys. Then I might start moving my mage's army toward Hephaestus, I think. The next logical thing is to just overwhelm them with even more units. Which would mean probably finding access to a teleporter.
Hey.
I think the closest one is probably this one up here. Alright, well you guys are parked on that. I guess I will find some unit that doesn't really need to be here. Yeah, we kind of have an overabundance of Liege Guards, so I'll swap the dragon for a Liege Guard, I think. And if I get another dragon, which I just did, he can go with the mage's army up top. I can actually pop him out of this cave entrance and they can meet right up. Okay, fun. More fire. Hephaestus' army is healing pretty quickly just as they run, even through enemy territory. You are not stopping this, my friend. You got 42. We can punch through that in a couple turns. That'll go down real quick. Okay, I think I can safely put those guys on defense. King or Helm can get another province. I don't care. Just take that. And oh no, they've invaded my outpost up north. Okay, I think we're good. We're going to mess up Fiala on the next turn. I'm kind of bummed that I never got to get Tridale to its full potential, because this is just such a cool looking city and would have been so dang powerful if I could have secured it earlier in the game. This game might have been over a while ago if I did. Okay, so what I can do now is I'll take a quarry there just because I don't have a lot of those in this city. And then on the next time it grows, I will expand the borders and get the Rumbling Prison. I think I might need to leave someone there with that. You know what? These guys are very clearly coming to attack me, so I'll just let them. I'll send this guy up north. Okay, you can join the mage's crew. They've already got pretty good units. I think I'm gonna do this. Once again, we're gonna drop a liege guard because we kind of got a lot of them. I'm gonna move you here, and you can take. Actually, you can take one of the 2 knights that was in the mage's army. You can take him. Mage, you get the dragon. And her army can stay the way it is. And then Liege Guard goes home. A lot of people getting to retire now. But not any of these people. They're in it for the long haul. That's a 2-turn siege even before I add anything onto it. I'm still gonna do this though, because it has other effects, including giving me it gives me those Earth Shatter engines, and damages wall obstacles at the start of battle, which makes combining that with undermining walls practically means they don't have walls. All right, 2 turns left. And Fiala is trapped in there, so she's not going anywhere. I'm just gonna produce... Oh wait, Flowing Fields might actually be able to make use of that. Spelljammer, what do we have here? Just a regular old quarry. It's getting money from Meridon Maze. I don't think I'm gonna bother with this. Yeah, I'm just gonna do merchandise, doesn't matter. Merch is fine. Do want to keep favorable winds on the table. Forgot to recast that. And I guess Revels of Carnage, because why not? We'll just channel it. Okay, Milestone is sent to War Party. And more stuff getting pillaged that I don't care about. That one I kind of care about, but we can deal with that. Although I don't have the armies back here that I would normally deal with that with. They kind of went to Tridale, and then I forgot they had left. I probably should keep them over here. Let's see, I got a group here. They can head back. The ones at Tridale don't have as easy access to a teleporter, but I'll just bring these guys back. Combine them with whatever spare units I have here and just overwhelm them with numbers. Okay, that'll work. Look at all this gray over here. It used to be so colorful. And now it's all just bleak gray independence. Good gosh, I have 2,370 Imperium. Oh, risky battle. Okay. Well, this is going to be the end because they are coming out of their city, which this will break their walls. I lost the dragon. I don't care. Okay. I have an idea for this last battle just to make things fun. I'm sure I don't need any of that. Okay, Hephaestus, you're up. But we're gonna do this one manual combat because this is the final fight of the game. I want to try something. Just to see how absurdly powerful Hephaestus has become, we're going to have him effectively try to solo this while connected to a Liege Guard. What is hitting me with all this crap? I mean, the ballistas I get, but what was that other stuff? He's probably going to get turned to gold by the gold golem, but I don't know. He does have a lot of status resistance, so maybe not. Okay, where's the healer? I need them for things. Okay, you go here. I want to gather all these guys around here, like this. They might come out after me and kind of force my other units to get involved, but I kind of want to just see how far Hephaestus can take this by himself. So we're going to do Rejuvenate on this group here. Yes, and then I'm going to have the Liege Guard connect to Hephaestus. Then Hephaestus can go here and start partying. Oh, he just broke that thing in one hit. Okay. And the rest of you, I guess I'll just have the bannerman come down. We'll patch him up. Everybody else is just gonna chill, and we'll maybe just try to get away from the other tower up there. Okay, Gold Golem wants to fight Hephaestus. Let's see here. I might cheat a little just to get that Gold Golem off Hephaestus. Actually, I don't think I need to. I'll just use Abducting Cyclone and play keep away. Yeah, go away. He's stunned, actually, so... Alright, so if I can get the kill on that archer, everything starts to fall apart. Oh, that's what all that ice was at the beginning. It was these sundering golems. Yeah, I'm thinking I want to go here and teleport here. I could have avoided that bleeding. There we go. The rage has begun. Now we'll see if they go after him or try to go after all this stuff down here. I don't actually know. But I'm going to back them off to encourage them to try to just go fight Hephaestus. Now, if he comes down at me, I'll just kill him with these guys, but... kind of want the boss man to show his stuff here. The towers are annoying. Maybe I'll go smash the other one. I think I can. I think I see an opportunity here. Run here. Take the hits, it's fine. Archer goes away forever. And these ballista towers are being a massive pain, but I think I'm just going to try to out-heal them. And let's see, I do want to keep the, no, don't retreat. I do want to keep the Liege Guard that Hephaestus is linked to patched up. He actually does need some health, so we'll do that. Spells are still fair game, so let's see what we can do with them. I almost went to Titan of the Earth, but it kind of defeats the purpose of what I'm trying to do here. Let's just see what happens. I think I'm going to use the one that sets everyone on fire, because that'll help Hephaestus do even more damage. Okay, I'm getting tired of this tower, but I want to make sure I run behind it first. There we go. There goes a Sundering Golem. Also, I did forget to use Fan the Inferno, so let's do that. Actually, I'll do that on my next turn. Hey, stop icicling my friends. That poor Liege Guard that he's linked to. He's actually doing pretty well, though, all things considered. Now I need my mage to give all these guys some regeneration, while Hephaestus continues doing what he does best. Now I'm going to do Fan the Inferno, just to set everyone on fire. And that's going to increase his damage output. Oh, I haven't even been using his killing momentum. I've been being dumb. I get extra hits on all this crap. I think I'm going to teleport behind the gold golem. He's the bigger problem, and I kind of want to flank him. Oh no, I got gilded. I think it'll wear off next turn, though. Okay, we'll wait one more turn. I'm awake. How are you doing down there, buddy? What a trooper. I think this might be why Liege Guards are getting nerfed, guys. And I can just turn around, and in fact, I could just use Rite of Restoration on everyone. Yeah, why not? Oh my gosh, the frame rate. Alright, Hephaestus, if you could just, Actually, what I could do is I could do Second Wind to get slippery, so that I can run behind this guy, get a flank attack, triggers killing momentum, target the ground, and then get the extra range to hit that thing. Then I smashed him. Oh crap, I didn't check. He's got steadfast. Alright, well, we'll just do a good old-fashioned rejuvenate here. I think if that golem does anything, he'll just get smushed. Oh, he just died from damage over time. Okay, then I smashed this. then trigger second wind, go here and smash this, and he's just about done. The camera. Oh, I hit him when he moved. And this will be it, the final hit of the game for how much damage? 101. On a Severing Golem, that's not bad. Oh, somebody died? Doesn't show that anyone died. Maybe somebody died in the last battle and I didn't notice it. Oh well. That is a game over, I think. Yep. It's fun. I just wanted Hephaestus to tear everything apart essentially by himself. That's why the feudal build is such a powerful combination with the giants, with the feudal aristocracy. They can just tear everything apart while the liege guards take all the damage for them, and you just heal the liege guards. So that technique will not be quite as viable going forward, unfortunately. But it was sure fun to use while it lasted. Alright, well, I'm sure some of you enjoyed the 4-hour episode or whatever it was, and some of you are probably dying to be done, but I appreciate you sticking around to the end of the episode, and this series for that matter. This was kind of a long series. Took a very long time to complete, especially with some breaks in between because of real life stuff I've got going on. But this was a fun game, though. Like, holy crap, this was probably the hardest Age of Wonders game I've ever played on my channel. And it was a really good challenge. So I appreciate the people who offered suggestions for how to set things up in a way that kind of made this to be a bit more difficult. In particular, turning down the world threat level setting, which just made it easier for the AI. Because you notice towards the end, the AI had a lot of gold ancient wonders. If the world threat level is high, they don't clear those. So you actually, if you want the AI to be a bigger challenge, you turn down the world threat level so they can clear the ancient wonders and get really powerful economic bonuses. Made a big difference. So I appreciate those suggestions and just all the other little tweaks and things I did to set this up to make it a good, tough game. As for the next one, as for the future, obviously we are waiting until after the November 11th release of the Thrones of Blood comes out, because I am planning to play a vampire ruler. You can leave comments if you want, but I might also just post a poll. It might be easier to do to see whether people want me to cover the new architect culture that was added in the last DLC, which I haven't gotten to yet, or the revised dark culture that's going to be coming as part of the free patch upgrade that comes with that's going to release around the same time as the Thrones of Blood DLC. So we'll just kind of see how that goes. Oops, I forgot to go through some of the post-game stuff for anyone interested in seeing all this stuff. So let's click through this real quick. Overall ranking here, you can kind of see everyone's wobbling around, but I'm the orange line there, very much below everyone for almost this entire game. I'm interested to see, in part, Logar. He's the maroon color, I think, who is actually less powerful than all of his neighbors for pretty much the entire game, and yet somehow managed to be the largest annoyance. It was probably just his proximity to me, being up north and blocking a lot of the territory near High Pledge that I was struggling with getting, especially when my mage died and I had to go rescue him from the crypts in High Pledge. Diplomacy ranking, that's city-states, I think. Yeah, I got smoked on that one, but that's no surprise. I'm not exactly a city-state build. Economy ranking is interesting because you can see Fiala. Everyone was pretty even, except for Fiala and, to a lesser extent, Arvik. Everyone else was right on pace with each other, but for some reason Fiala's economy just took off. This surprises me because I would have guessed that to be Van Ira because they had a lot of territory. Expansion ranking, this one is, I guess maybe economy is different. Yeah, economy is probably just a measure of their income. Maybe that makes a little more sense. I was thinking of expansion. Expansion, well, actually, surprisingly, it was Sanguine who was in the lead. I would have guessed Venira, but Sanguine was leading, and then I was behind her. That's one that normally I kind of tend to be in the in the upper echelons on, just because you have to, against this many enemy AI, have a decent number of cities. Then military, I actually outpaced everyone for pretty much the whole game. Again, I sort of had to in order to stay alive. Research, I got smoked. There's no surprise there. This was not a strong research game. but it was a strong military game, and that's really all I intended it to be. Okay, that's all. Thanks for watching, everybody. I appreciate it, and I'll see you next time. Special thanks to all my Patreon supporters, including Tier 3 supporters Dawson Horner, Devin Larson, Jimbro, Roderick, and Sarah Feingold. Thanks so much, everybody.